Hey, everybody. Welcome to the canning party. Let's see. Today we've got Milkmaid with us, and Virginia Roots is here. I emailed all kinds of people. I emailed Tribe. I emailed Native. I emailed Lazarix. I just emailed any kind of person that I've ever seen on the panel or in the chat. I just sent emails out today to see if anybody wanted to join us. So hopefully we'll get a few more people in here. I hope. But so how's everybody's week been? How y'all been doing this week?
Doing good. Dirt under the nails every single day. I've been in the garden for hours. It's been really fun though. I've got cucumbers that are exploding, and some of my bushes that I work on, some of you have seen. It's actually a lot of work. I've got 7 of those. So I've been a green thumb all week.
Nice. Gemma's here. Hey, Gemma.
Hey, Gemma.
Yeah, I spent all week with the rabbits. I mean, I still did my gardening, getting the garden going, but I've been watching over the rabbits like a hawk.
Mm-hmm.
You're not supposed to have rabbits in the middle of July in a heat wave, you know? So, I mean, I got a massive litter of 9 and they're all still kicking and healthy and fat. So I've got my air conditioning. Man, those cooling towers are insane. I looked today for a thermometer, one of those laser pointing thermometers, so I can check the temperature. But like, literally like this afternoon when I did that video, like 3 something, I reached in there and I put my hand on the platform and I put the ice in there at noon. I put my hand on the platform and I promise you that tile was like low 60s. Like it was nice and cold. I mean, it even had condensation forming on top. So the rabbits love it.
Wow.
But yeah, I went and bought like 2 cases of ceramic tile, some Gorilla Glue, liquid nails. And I bought a tile cutter. I'm gonna custom make platforms for each one, and they're gonna be solid ceramic with styrofoam insulation, so they'll last, for a long time, and not with the ratty looking cage wire and where you can see the styrofoam. I figure if I wrap it completely in the ceramic tile, number one, they can't chew it, so it's gonna, it'll last a long time. So hopefully,
it's some brilliant MacGyvering.
I love them.
I can't believe how well it works. Like when I cut the hole in the styrofoam above the nest box, like you can stick your hand in the tunnel that she made, because she literally made a tunnel. I mean, I'm so proud of her. You can stick your hand in there at like 100 degrees outside and you can feel it. It's nice and cool. Like I'm like, whoa, this actually works. And I came up with that idea like literally 8 hours before they were born. I was like, I had to figure something out. Because either that or bring them inside, and that's never a good idea, because then you shock them to death when you take them back outside. So I was like, nah.
Yeah.
But it worked out. So, and then the garden's blowing up. Prepper Tribe dared me to just plant stuff in nothing but rabbit manure. I'm like, okay. Those okra plants and that watermelon and cantaloupe, they did not even have, usually when you transplant a plant from dirt into another pot, you get like the transplant shock. These didn't even shock. Like they literally never wilted, nothing. I put them in the rabbit manure and they're just blowing up. They're going crazy. So
very nice.
Really awesome. But let's see who all we got in here tonight. Let's go ahead and get these hellos out of the way. Oh, before we do anything, I got the disclaimer in the description, but I'll go ahead and do it now. See if I can remember. We are not professional canners. This video is just showing how we have learned how to can over the years, and from friends and our own recipes. Some of the stuff we can and some of the methods that we use may or may not be approved by the FDA. So if this video is purely entertainment. So if you decide to can on your own, please do your own research. And that's it for the disclaimer. Let's see, we got Kicking It Homestead. Pilgrim, what's going on, Pilgrim? Jeff Bear. Brenda, welcome. Of course, Gemma is here. Lovely Gemma. And we've got Prepper Nerd. What's going on?
Hey, Nerd.
Hey, Nerd.
Hey.
Teresa Eiffel, hello. Welcome. Patriot Girl Prepper, welcome. Wild Nesting, hello. Rosanna Jones, welcome. Caribbean House. Nice. I like that name.
Yeah.
Farmer Son Prepping, what's going on? Bug Dude, what's happening? Doc Mac, welcome. All right, guys, tonight we, while we're waiting for the room to fill up, I'll do a little narrative. Tonight we are doing spaghetti, just the sauce. because you can't can noodles. There are a few things that you're not supposed to can. Now, some people have said they figured out how to do it. I don't know, but one of them is rice and the other one is pasta. So what I do is I just can spaghetti, several jars of spaghetti with the meat in it. So all I have to do is boil the noodles and warm up the sauce, and it's quick and it's easy. And I've been eating. It's been so long since I've the only time I literally make spaghetti is to can spaghetti, and then I just go grab it off the shelf and eat it whenever I'm ready for it. Usually I eat spaghetti the night that I can it because I make so much. But that's the only time I ever cook it, because I just go in the basement and grab a jar. And it's so awesome because 1 quart jar, when you make your noodles, it's plenty enough for a family of 3. I mean, it's like one perfect meal. It works really, really good. It's so easy to do. All you do is you make your sauce. The way I did it tonight, I did it a little bit different. Usually I do it, I just make my spaghetti complete with the meat in it with the sauce. And then I ladle it in the jars. And then, wipe the lids, put them in the canner, let them go for an hour and a half, just like we always do. But today, one thing I noticed a bunch of times I've done with soups and everything else is I mix the meat in with it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do that anymore, because I always had an issue of getting, the approximate same amount of meat in every jar. It's always really, really hard when you got liquid in there with it. So I browned my meat separately and I made the sauce separately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon in equal amounts of meat in all the jars and then fill it to the top with the sauce. But that's the only difference, I believe, in the way I'm doing it tonight from the way you guys are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Jill Frazier, welcome.
Hiya, Jill. Yes, I have everything mixed all together. So I did green peppers, onions, garlic, the hamburger. I drained the fat, and then I add jarred sauce to that and got it simmering. And then I cooled it down before we'll put them in the jars here. But mine is all mixed up. So we have a few different methods going on for all of you to see.
Yeah, the only difference is I just don't have the meat in mine. Like my green peppers, my onions, the garlic, the sauce, the tomatoes. I put something extra I like to add to mine is I do the diced tomatoes in basil, garlic, and oregano. I like to have tomatoes actually in my spaghetti. Gemma, if you want to come up and say, hey, I can drop the link for you. We don't care if you're in your PJs.
Come on up.
Yeah, I put all mine together. It's my first time actually making spaghetti sauce from kind of scratch. It was from cans because my tomatoes aren't all done yet, but
right.
It actually turned out okay. So, Sorry for the clanging. Is it clanging? Because I can mute myself if it is.
It's the sounds of canning. We love it.
Right?
Did you see the video update of the rabbits today?
I saw it.
Mm-hmm. I saw half of it.
Did you? Hey, Gemma.
Hey.
Did you see how how they're turning like this reddish brown? They've got a tint like Ghost, like a Tribe. So there's going to be some really, really cool colors in those rabbits, like some really cool colors.
I've been binge watching your videos today, Ghost. I've been watching your videos and leaving comments on them earlier when I was having my dinner.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hello, Jeff.
I've been watching and leaving comments on them earlier when I was having my dinner.
Hey, Jim.
Hello, Jim. 4K. Gemma 4K. Gemma way over to 4,000 subs.
Yep, I am now, thanks to Ghost. Yep.
We had fun. That was a blast. If there's anybody else,
I had a lot of fun.
If there's anybody in the chat that wants to come up here and can with us, if you're canning, just the link's up there. Come on, let me know.
Come on and hang.
And I had my hair chopped off since your stream. Look, my hair is shorter. I had it cut off.
Wow, you sure did.
Yep,
Goodness.
had 3.5 inches.
Wow.
Took off. I think the hairdresser was quite shocked. She was like, "Are you sure you want that much off?" And that's a bit brave. And I was like, "Just cut it off." I was like, "Boom."
Just cut it
She
off.
was just like cutting it off. So.
Yep. To the point.
Yeah, she's like, "Are you sure you're ready?" I'm like, "Yep, just do it." I was like, "Yep."
Well, it
looks
very
like
nice.
Jeff's cooking with us tonight.
It's easier as well because I washed my hair for the first time like today. And I'm like, yesterday I'm like, oh, doesn't doesn't feel like I've got loads of hair still to get
I'm
used
like-
to, so it's good.
So they're
That's
awesome.
because this is one thing I ain't done yet.
What's that? Spaghetti?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's easy.
Hello,
It's
Jeff.
super easy.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Gamma.
Teresa, you can let it cool down and put it in cold jars and then reheat it in the canner. You can can it hot, warm, pretty much any way you want to do it. The key is just trying to make sure your jars, what you're putting in the jars, and the water in your canner are as close to the same temperature as possible. They don't have to be exact. I mean, if they're within, 10 or 15 degrees, you're fine.
Ghost or anybody up on the panel, do y'all strain your hamburger to get all the grease out of it?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, normally I leave that in, honestly, depending on how much content there is, because it tastes so good. But definitely awesome.
Johnny Angel's here. Laura's here. Bug Food. I'm your Huckleberry.
Hey, Huckleberry.
Hey, Eimer, Johnny, Teresa, hello.
Who are people? My chat's slow. Hello, Johnny, Prepper Nerd, Teresa, Brenda, Laura, Bug Dude, Jill, and Farmer Son's Prepping. That was a mouthful. Hello, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna get my jars filled up. It's time to get started.
All right.
Okay,
Hey,
Jimmy,
Kitchen
you're
at
in charge.
Homestead. Hello, T-Girl.
So for clarification, we're doing 1-inch headspace, correct? For
Yes.
Hello, Teresa. Hello, I'm more Huckleberry. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I don't want to muck it up.
your Huckleberry. It's a play on words.
Oh, okay. That's a difficult name. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Right. Yeah, one of these days there has to be a movie called
Huh?
Story. The picture he has there is Doc Holliday,
Oh.
who said in the it's a movie.
Hi, Jill Fraser. How are you? Someone's got the stream playing. There's a really bad echo coming through the stream. Jeff, someone's got the stream playing because all I can hear is the stream echoing.
I muted him. It was Jeff.
Okay.
Let me know when he comes back and I'll unmute him so we can tell him to turn off whatever he's got.
Okay. Hello, Ronnie Brown. I'm not sure. I don't can things. Ronnie, you'd have to ask Ghost or Virginia or the Milkmaid about the canning question.
What was the question?
Ronnie Braun says, "Is canned water a thing?"
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
Yes, canned water is a thing. A lot of people can water.
Okay. Hey, Fi Farm. How are you? It's good to see you in the chat.
Hey, y'all.
I must say thank you to all the people who came over to support me from Ghost Stream. I really appreciate all the lovely comments and support I got. It means the world to me that I got some new people. Hey, Be Charming. Hey, Stuart. I'm not running the show, Stuart. I'm just reading the chat whilst the guys are doing their canning things. Hey, Zany.
See, that's awesome, Gemma, because like I can't see the chat when I do filming on my phone. And I never see that. And then if we're just canning and stuff, it's if somebody can read what's going on, that's really awesome.
Yeah, I have it on my laptop because I have you guys on the left-hand side of my screen and then the chat's on the right-hand side, so I can see everything.
Right. I was trying to set up my laptop, but it was not cooperating. Cantankerous.
Ghost, everyone's saying to you to unmute Jeff.
I don't know if he heard you. Did he?
So yeah, I'm just happy and proud to be part of the stream. Like I like talking to Ghost. He's really funny. I class him as my brother, and I just like talking to everybody else. I like to join in, and I get to learn new things from Ghost and everybody. So it benefits me being here too.
We're glad you're here.
Okay, I did like 4.5 pounds of meat, and that gave me 6 jars half full of beef, and now I'm gonna fill it with the sauce.
Hello, how hoot owl. Wow, that's a tongue twister. Hoot owl. Hello. Get my words twisted.
Hey, how you doing, Hoot?
And B Charming says, nice to see you, Milkmaid. They're talking to you in the chat.
Maybe. I hope they all realize that I can't see it. And just blanket hello to everybody. I love you all.
Yeah, so Milkmaid and Virginia and Jeff might not be able to read the chat or Ghost, so I can read the chat to them to let them know people are talking. So I've got the chat up on my laptop on the screen.
I think I might have ever filled that one jar. Two actually. So I lost my debubbler, so I use a plastic, like throwaway disposable knife that I just keep washing over and over again.
I use
Nice.
a chopstick, a wooden chopstick.
Oh,
There you
wow.
go. I've used a baby spoon before too, from the little
Yeah.
Burger Watch.
Talking of chopsticks, I learned to use chopsticks for the first time the other day. Me and my friend went to a Mexican restaurant for our lunch. I haven't really ate Mexican that much before, and they don't have the normal cutlery. So they brought out these wooden chopsticks, and my coordination skills is absolute pants. So me trying to figure out how to use chopsticks to my friend was absolutely hilarious. She was laughing at me, trying to figure it out.
See, my daughter learned how to use them before me, and I was trying to figure it out. And finally, I was like, I'm hungry. I'm grabbing a fork.
Yeah, I ended up asking him to get me a spoon so I could eat the soup that I had because I couldn't, for the life of me, trying to eat the soup with the noodles. It was just, I kept dropping them. I was like, nope, I can't do it.
I'll tell you what, this sauce actually turned out really well.
I try be trying to read the chat. I do that on a lot of streams. Like I tend to be the chat reader, or if someone's struggling to read the messages, then I usually repeat it so people can see the messages in the chat. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Gemma's here, so she'll do it." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Well,
So
I know we
One of these days, I'll have a good computer and good internet, and I can actually see what people are saying while I'm up here.
Heck yeah, I'll come up on your streams. I'll definitely do that.
Oh, I actually haven't streamed before. I didn't even realize you could stream with less. But let's see. Hold on, Lady Dame Preparedness. Is that her new name? Sandwich Maker. She
Sandwich.
streams, and she doesn't have a whole lot of people.
Hoot Owl says to Virginia, does Virginia have her jars in the canner yet? She's such a feed canner.
I'm closing the last one now. Who?
I gotta hurry then because she always beats me. And I'm missing a list.
Hello,
Dang.
Miguel. I don't want to mispronounce your name. Apologies. That's another funny name for me to say. I don't know how to say it.
Hey, Miguel.
See, being British sometimes sucks because I can't pronounce the different names on.
No, but even if you pronounce it, you sound posh, you know?
That's funny you say that. I've been told that a couple of times. I'm like, really?
It's true. You have the best accent. I love it.
I guess for me, I don't really see it as an accent. I'm just used to the way I sound, I guess.
Were we talking about this the other night that everybody thinks that they don't have an accent?
Yeah, we were, yeah.
Oh, you have an accent.
Guys, I find it the other way around. Like for me, like when I talk to you guys in the States and some guys who are in Europe who I talk to, and I'm like, you guys have such a diverse accent. Like each state I know that I talk to people in, each state has a different tone or a dialect, and it fascinates me because everyone sounds different.
Right. Well, you know, like what? Pennsylvania is the size of England, right? If you think about how massive the
Hey,
country is,
Stuart.
it makes sense.
Yeah. Stuart says to me, Gemma on chat watch, sign me up, I'll watch. You're funny. I get automatically on some chats that people mod me on, or if I'm just happen to be in the chat and someone misses a question, I'm one of the first ones to highlight the host or someone who's on the panel. I'm like, hey, did you see this? And then like, oh, Gemma's got a habit of highlighting people, and then it's just like Gemma says this, Gemma. I'm like, I'm becoming a pain in the bum because I'm constantly highlighting people's names in the chat.
Sorry for all the noise.
And part of it is just that I work logic. My brain's very to the point where I'm so organised that I like to make sure people are seen and have their comments read, and I try and keep on chats, keep on top of the messages if I can.
Gosh, I wish I were that organized.
I'm better at doing that on other people's chats than I am on my own. When my chat's going, I'm like, I've missed someone again. I'm like, I have to go back and reread them.
That's strange. This seems to be full of them.
B-Charm says, someone missed picking a thumb. Was it you? Nope, I smashed a thumb as soon as I got in here. So it wasn't me.
Oh, it might have been me.
Teresa says, that's how it is in the USA. Everyone from different states has different speech. Yeah, we do too over here in the UK. Like, it depends where you are and how you are in the UK. Like, for me, I'm in the eastern region, so a lot of people from the US, like, the amount of times I've been told I sound like a farmer, and I'm like, really? Like, the local farming, like, community for me is kind of Norfolk Essex border, which is about 50-60 miles down the road from me, but I'm more in the kind of I'm in a little town.
Okay, Virginia already has a lid on.
Hello, native and devout. Yeah.
Native, what's going on, brother?
Stuart says context. What do you mean context is messed up, Stuart? I'm confused. Okay, take care, Sherry. Have a good night. I hope you have a good one. Take care.
Bye, Sherry.
You're gonna have to explain what you mean by context is messed up, Stuart. I don't know what you're on about.
Did I beat Virginia? Oh, yes.
Okay, B-Charmer, we'll see you in a bit.
What's
I
that?
got my lid on. I was hoping for once. I got my lid on.
Yes, girl.
Because we know it'll be like 4 o'clock in the morning before I can even take my cans out. So, you know.
Yeah. I know yours takes so long to cool.
It really does. I still have some spaghetti sauce left over from dinner. Yay.
Native and Devout says, "Ghost, hello, and all you Canimals," and he's giving you the fist pump emoji thingy.
Hey,
Oh, and
Native.
I did give him a kiss for you. My husband.
And then who Al has a question for Native, and he says, "Native in the house, brother. When are you gonna can?"
Yep.
Hello, Princess Buttercup. Welcome. How are you?
I think Native's scared. Just saying.
Hello, JH556. Welcome.
Alright. Crank this thing up. Water. So I'm curious what everybody put in their tomato sauce. I'm sure when everybody's done canning it up, they'll let us know.
I actually had spaghetti earlier for my dinner today. I love spaghetti. It's one of my favourites.
Me too. Actually, I have a little bit of noodles with my sauce. Like
I could quite happily eat spaghetti every day and it would not bother me.
right. I add all kinds of goodies to it to make it, you know, a little more easy.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do is I take some cream cheese and I melt it in the sauce as it's cooking. But I didn't think with the dairy I couldn't can it like that. But if you like slice it up and then put it in and then stir it around and then a little Merlot or something like that.
Yeah, I love cream cheese. Cream cheese is tasty, especially with spaghetti.
Oh yeah. Oh, like your shirt, guys. We got that one too.
Do what?
I kept on top of your chat, Ghost. I've been reading it.
I've been listening. You've been doing awesome. I appreciate it.
Who Al says Virginia has just screwed the lid on her canner. How far along are you, Ghost?
My fire's going. I'm waiting for it to come up to pressure. My lid's on. I'm ready to go.
Locked and loaded.
I'm waiting on this. But yeah, I made exactly enough to fill 6 quart jars, which was awesome. I had maybe a teaspoon, maybe a tablespoon of sauce left over extra.
Did you
That
eat
worked
it?
out perfect. Nah.
What? Got a taste test as you go.
This is how much I had left.
Oh,
So I did like 4 pounds of meat and 5 jars of sauce. This is all I have left after all that. So that did 5.
I did 4.5. I did 4.5 pounds, either 4.5 or 4.25 pounds of meat, and made exactly 6 quart jars of spaghetti.
Nice.
I did 6 pounds of burger, and then I did 2 pounds of hot Italian sausage. And then I've got and I made the sauce with like number 10 cans of crushed tomatoes and diced tomatoes.
Right.
And a little can of tomato sauce. But I've got, that's probably a little more than a quart left. That will just be dinner tomorrow, you know?
Yep.
Plus all the other stuff I throw in it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm so excited, man. The little bunnies, they're like jumping all around now, and they're getting all furry and fuzzy, and they're like twice the size they were.
Bunnies.
They grow so fast.
Yeah, I saw the other pictures that you've been putting up on the community that you put up. I like seeing bunnies.
Now I just got to teach them how to drink from the automatic, the little the grippers, the nipples, because they're looking like I'm stupid. They're like, dude, fill up my bowl. I'm like, and I'm touching it and I'm showing the water comes out of it, but I guess I'm gonna have to pick them up and like put their nose on it and let them see that it gets wet.
I haven't tried that before, but I think they generally just kind of figure it out. But putting their nose on it probably would speed up the process, just like dipping the chick's beak in the water, you know?
Because usually anything I put in the cage, they try to eat it, you know. So I hook these nipples up and they don't even go over there and look at it. I'm like, what? I mean, the only thing they don't try to eat is me. You know, anything else I put in the cage, they eat it. But I do like one thing else too for native, if you're still here. I eat a lot of melons, watermelons, and cantaloupes. I probably go through 2 or 3 cantaloupes a week and a watermelon a week, especially in the spring, summer, and fall. But like the rinds, don't throw those away. Put them in a Ziploc bag and put them in the freezer. Like at noon when I go out to put the ice.
Hey, pick a watermelon.
He froze.
Did it?
Oh, Ghost is frozen. Oh, he's back. He's back.
I'm frozen?
You were. He's back now. You were for a second.
Yeah, my internet's been acting really weird. It's been like completely stopping and having to restart. It's been weird for a couple of days now. Maybe it's that solar flare.
It's okay. You're back. You only froze for a second.
Oh, yeah, but I save the rinds and freeze them. The rabbits love them, especially they're ice cold, so it really helps them out on a hot day.
No, pickled watermelon rinds. Man, they good.
Who else says to Milkmaid, how many jars did you get?
For me?
Yeah.
7.
Nice.
I still have yet to try and double stack it. I will one of these days. I just haven't made that much food in order to try to double stack it. I probably should try with the towel thing before I even actually make that much food. But
yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, having these canned things on hand, like today, I didn't have time to make my husband lunch, and I pulled out some of that ugly chicken, and I was like, hey, how about chicken for lunch? Because he's doing the carnivore thing.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I love it. Having canned food is awesome. Like, there's been times where I've went like weeks without cooking anything. Like just when I want to eat, and when I want to like have a surplus of something that's been down there for 2 or 3 years, I'm like, I'll eat it and I rotate through it. Oh yeah, I mean weeks. I probably went a good month and did not cook like anything other than just heat up what was in the jar.
Oh yeah, and that beef stew we did the week before last.
Yeah.
When my daughter was working, she was working over at the farm I was farm sitting at, and staining their deck and prepping it and everything. I just sent her with a jar of beef stew, and she heated it up, and she said it was really good, and it was so nice to have something just easy to pop and make. Because we don't do convenience foods.
If you're doing like bulk and you're really putting up, I mean, you're getting it a lot cheaper than if you're buying individual size. So you're saving money by canning food. I mean, I save a lot of money.
Even if you count the lid and the jar cost, like depending on what it is, obviously, but it really does save money, and it's so convenient. So convenient.
Yeah, it is. It's convenient. It's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's
me,
fun.
I didn't thaw out enough hamburger or nothing else. I got 2 quart jars and about 5 quarts of water. But the next go around, I'm going to have more.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, that's awesome, though. You're doing a new one, right?
That's it. This I have never done.
There you go. Considering how many things he's canned, that's kind of impressive.
Hello, Doc Matt.
What's
This is your first time canning, Jeff?
This is my first time canning spaghetti sauce.
Okay. Gotcha.
I mean, I've got stewed beef, I've got pintos, I got beans, I got a little bit of everything. Peaches. I've got about 10 pints of jam in there.
Nice.
Apple, strawberry, and grape.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, wife tells me I'm canning too much.
No such thing.
It's funny. My husband is actually really excited that I'm doing these. He's like, you get so happy when you're doing them, and you can put stuff away, and that's awesome. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, after I did what I just did, my kitchen looks good. I cleaned my kitchen up too.
Good to see you on your
Yeah, that's
computer, Virginia.
Ma'am,
What?
I didn't
Virginia
hear her.
She was just typing in the chat.
Yeah, I was talking to the chat.
Charlie Marcus, the sauce is coming good. Everybody has their stuff in the canner. We're waiting on it to build pressure, and then we're going to take it to temp.
I'm just making sure I keep chat.
I'm going to go in here and sit down. I'm going to mute this one, but I'm going to get on my other one.
All right.
There you go.
Am I muted?
Yeah. No.
No,
Not yet.
not yet.
Gotta hit the little button that has the microphone.
Yeah. So I just found out too. There's a really big auction right down the road from my house, probably about 5 miles at the airport, a little community airport, and they auction. It's a farm auction, livestock and farming auction. But they
Guys,
do
can you mute Jeff? There's a lot of noise coming from his
That might have been me.
background.
How's that?
Thank you.
Yeah, so they have this massive auction where because the guy that I got my rabbits from, he's got, the last time I was over there, he had 80, either 86 or 88 kits that he was growing out right then. Plus he had like, I want to say he had 20 plus grown rabbits. And I told him, I said, man, that's a lot of meat you're putting up. He said, no, he said, I do a lot of business at the auction. He takes his rabbits there and he sells them at the auction. He said in the fall and the winter, they get really good prices for the rabbits. You know, in the summertime, it's kind of hard, but in the fall and the winter, they do pretty good. So I may not process all the rabbits. I may, sell some, and I definitely have been researching how to tan the hides, because the cream d'argents and the babies, like the ones that Zod just had with those really pretty colors, those furs will pull some money.
Oh yeah.
Teresa has a question for you. She says, how long do you pressure it? The same as always.
Anything with meat or a meat product in it goes for an hour and a half at 10 psi at my level. Yeah, anything with meat or a meat product, and even most beans.
Hello, Debbie.
And to clarify, quarts or pints.
Yeah, it depends on quarts or pints. But all that, any kind of canning information, there's a website. It's called the National Center for Home Food Preservation. They are a wealth of knowledge on any kind of preservation. I'm talking smoking, canning, water bath canning, making preserves, pickles, fermenting, all that stuff. They cover everything. It's a really awesome website. I use it a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've got a print off in a binder where I used what are they called? The sleeves. Shoot, I'm drawing a blank. You know the plasticky things?
The plasticky thing. What are you talking about?
That you put a piece of paper in a binder so that it's covered in plastic. It's not laminated. Right. It's in a sheet protector, I think it's called. Anyhow,
okay.
I've got a whole notebook with notes and stuff like that I printed off of that just so I'd have it for reference for fermenting and all that stuff.
Well, I've got 12 cages built right now, and that's 2 cages for $2 and then 10 cages for 10 does. And by my math, even at only having between 6 and 8 kits average, that's well over 1,000 pounds of meat a year. Probably pushing 1,500 to 2,000 pounds of meat a year. So I'm going to aggressively breed for meat and to sell them. And just to really I'm diving in head first. Simply, number one, because it's really not that hard, and number two, it's a lot of fun. And then this week, got to go get some more wire, and I'm going to build my lawn tractors. I don't have much grass. All my property's woods, but I do have a little bit of grass. So I'm going to build some lawn tractors where I can tractor them in the yard. But I'm also going to build a patch of barley grass, and I'm going to probably like maybe a 10 by 10 square area. I'm going to plant it, and I'm just going to go through there with shears every day or so and just lop off a bunch and throw it in the cage, and then it'll keep growing back. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just going to grow my own grass. I was going to do fodder, but I mean, you're not getting anything out of that. I mean, you're just giving them the roots and all. I want it to keep growing. I just plant my own grass and just come through there with some shears and lop it off and throw it in the cage. It's the same purpose, and it'll grow back.
Hello, Tiger454.
Hey, Tiger.
Hey, Tiger.
Charlie Marcus. Debbie Sims.
And Stuart says, in case no one's told you today, you're all awesome people.
Well, thank you, Stuart.
Thanks, Stewie.
He's a good dude.
Rabbit is good at canned soup broth.
Yeah.
I have to step away for just a moment.
I've never actually eaten a rabbit. I don't think I could ever bring myself to eat it because rabbit to me is a pet. It's not something I would consider eating. It wouldn't feel right to eat a rabbit.
Delicious. It's delicious. It is so good. Rabbit meat is awesome. It's the best meat on the planet. You know, yeah, there's a cute factor with the bunnies, but here's the thing, you know, the only ones I'm naming are the ones that I'm keeping and I'm breeding, and I'm not going to process those. When I retire them, I'm turning them loose in my yard and letting them run around. You know, I play with them every day. I pet them every day. You see how nice Zai is. I mean, open the cage and they just come right up. They want to get petted. So I play with them each and every day just to get them really comfortable and used to me. But like the ones that I'm going to grow out, the ones that I'm going to process and put in the fridge, you know, I'll handle them, but they're not getting names. I'm not naming any of those. But I mean, look, I grew up on a farm, so yeah, there's a cute factor of baby rabbits, but you know what? There's also a cute factor with baby chickens and baby pigs and baby cows, but all of that meat's delicious,
of course.
You know?
Yeah. I guess, Laura, it's because when I was growing up, like a lot of my family had rabbits. Like my cousin had rabbits. One of my cousins has rabbits now. And one of my friends who lives on a farm not too far away from me, they recently had a batch of rabbits, and every time I go to see them, I'm just like, I couldn't imagine not having the rabbits to play with and touch them, and to me, it's just not right. I don't want to imagine eating rabbits. It's.
I can understand that. Like it'll be a process for me to slaughter the first one. You know, I've hunted rabbit before, but I've never raised it and then processed it myself. So yeah, it'll probably be not an issue. I'm still going to do it. But
yeah,
it was just like when I pulled my first fish out of my tank in Florida, the fish that I grew, the first one, it was kind of hard. I was like, man, I just grew this fish and now I'm going to kill it. But then I ate it and it was delicious. So it was all good after that.
Yeah. I went to a medieval event a couple of years ago, and they were cooking some like different birds and things like that. And my granddad was like, "Oh, there's this food store over here, and they're giving away like little samples of food." And I didn't realize what I'd eaten at the time. And then my granddad was like, "Oh, you do realize what I just given you, right?" I go, "What's that?" And he goes, "You just ate pigeon." I was absolutely shocked that I actually ate it, and it's like a big piece as well, like about that big. I'm like, it was the most weirdest taste I've ever eaten in my life.
Here, I got to show you guys something. I'm going to make my screen big. I want y'all to see this.
I don't know if any of you guys have eaten pigeon, but it was rather strange.
Yep, pigeon and quail. It's different.
It's the most weirdest texture as well. I've never had it that much before.
Mixed up hydroponic nutrients, and I planted some lettuce seeds, and I got 5 of them to sprout. So here is lettuce.
Oh wow!
In a pool noodle. Okay. Suspended in the hydroponic nutrients. See the roots there?
Mm-hmm.
So this should grow to, and these are butter crunch. So it's a leaf lettuce, but I'm growing them to feed the rabbits to offset the food cost.
Nice.
So that plus, I'm growing the lettuce and the collards and things like that, and it offsets the food costs, for the rabbits. So, I mean, you can theoretically raise meat rabbits and it not cost you anything other than the cost of the rabbits, because you can just feed them for free.
Yeah.
Bug Dude, Ghost is actually naming one of the rabbits he's going to keep after me, and I'm actually really looking forward to picking the rabbit so I get to see the rabbit.
Once they get big enough,
that's
you get to
sweet.
pick out which one you want. So,
Yeah, I get to pick the bunny, so I'm looking forward to that.
I think I'm actually going to keep. I think I'm going to keep a male and a female from this litter because they're gorgeous. And,
Yeah, they're really cute.
Oh yeah, and
Hey,
she did such a good
101.
job. I think I'm going to keep 2 does from this litter and use them both as breeding does because I mean, this was Zod's first litter in the middle of summer, and she had 9 babies. They all lived. They were all the same size. They were all healthy and fat. So they've got breeding in their genes. So I'm going to keep at least 2 out of this litter for breeding, and I may keep a male as a backup. So I'm not really sure. It just depends on how the colors turn out, But I'm definitely going to breed these colorful ones. I want to breed them with white to try to get some broken white in there, and I'm just going to get really creative with it.
Hey, Stephanie.
I think that's wise. If you have a doe that's given you 9 hits at the very first breeding, like definitely, because our average to begin with when we were breeding rabbits was like 7 or 8, and then we had one that gave us, I think she did 9, but her daughter, I want to say she did 13 hits in one litter.
Whoa,
I
that's
read
a lot.
somewhere that rabbits can have up to 16 hits. Is that right?
They can. The only challenge is you have to count the teats. If they don't have enough teats, yeah, that's the only challenge. And we've had bad does too. We've had ones that actually ate her babies, and that was she ended up in the sweet pot.
Prep, I must say thank you very much for your lovely comment on my hairstyle picture, my community tab. He told me that I look like one of the Charlie's Angels on my haircut photo that I posted.
Oh, I didn't see that. I always miss the community post. I have to go to each.
Yeah, I put it on my community tab yesterday. I think it was. I put a picture up just showing how short my hair is because my hair was originally kind of down to my lower mid back, and now it's like just onto my chest now because I had the rest of it chopped off.
I bet the ends feel so nice and smooth though. I love it.
Yeah, and when the lady was like cutting it and stuff, she's like, look at all these dead bits, and she's like, look at all these bits that like were breaking off, and she was literally showing me. It was just like all these strands were just coming off. I'm like, whoa. It was it was quite a shock to see how much hair I lost. It was.
I see you, 101. Shout out to 101. He's so needy. He always wants that shout out.
Hey, 101. Oh, hey, Ghost. You have to post one of his comments up on the screen.
He hadn't done the mother-in-law yet. I always do his mother-in-law comments. I'm still waiting.
Right.
That puts a big smile on his face when he's recognized.
Wild Nesting has a question for Ghost.
At what age is rabbit processed? It depends. If you're really aggressively feeding them and you're really, feeding them everything they need, whether it be pellets and grass and vegetables or whatever, you can process as early as 12 weeks. If you're just doing like the lawn tractor thing and you're really not supplementing, it can go out to 14 to 16 weeks. The longer they grow, the bone to meat ratio changes. So the optimum time is to feed them really, really good and process them at, 12, 13, no longer than 14 weeks. That's what I'm shooting for.
Yeah. Agreed.
And I actually want to tell Ghost something as well. I'm actually writing a poem for you, Ghost. I've been working on it. Yes, I'm still working on it now, which I'll probably email it across to you late today, my time. But I thought you could use it for your channel or what have you.
Yeah,
That's
I'd
really
love that.
cool.
I'd love that.
I want to give you a little present to say thank you for what you did for me. So
Have to do that, sweetheart. Ghost Prepper, do rabbits have mothers-in-law? And if so, how soon can they be processed? Pretty quickly, brother. Pretty quickly.
There it is. Good night's complete.
Prepper 101, in case you didn't hear me what I said, I appreciated your comment on my community tab yesterday. I did read it and chuckle to myself when I did log on to my YouTube, and I saw that you were the first comment that they left a message for me. So
He's a doll.
And Ghost, I forgot to ask you about using your picture. Oops, sorry, my apologies. Did the community tab about you the other day. I was like, oops, I didn't ask him if I could upload the picture. I did the community tab post about you.
They're not still, they're about 5 pounds at that age. If you're feeding them right, they're pretty big. They're coming across the scales at about 5 pounds. So they're not babies. Rabbits grow really, really fast. Like literally, in the wild, they will sometimes start breeding at earlier than 12 weeks. Rabbits mature really, really fast.
Oh, I have a funny story about that.
Okay.
I was taking my daughter on a back road because she's learning how to drive. My baby is learning how to drive, y'all. That's scary. But we went on a little gravel back road, and a lot of times you have the wild rabbits that run across the road and try to play chicken like squirrels do.
Right.
And these two little rabbits run over to the side, just clear the tires, right, as we're rolling along. And that little male bunny hopped on that little female bunny and was trying to get it in before he might possibly die. What the heck? Their instincts are strong, man.
Yeah, but like I know there are some people that do aggressive breeding. Like they literally, in the wild, scientists have researched, wild rabbits in the wild. Rabbits, as the day they give birth, the next 3 days, they are hyper in heat. They literally go out and try to mate again as soon as they give birth. I did not know that. I'm like, what? There are people that literally breed their rabbits a day to 3 days after they give birth. I'm waiting 2 weeks. I'm going to go 2 weeks and then breed her again.
Hey, Susanna.
Susanna, you want to come up?
I love you too. Prepper. You're a really good guy. I appreciate all your help and the lovely comments you've been leaving me on my videos. It's really helpful.
Susanna, you want to come up?
Hey, Susanna.
Yeah, my jiggler's on too. I'm already at pressure.
But like I said today, my content video for today will be Ghost Poem. I will be uploading it probably around lunchtime, my time today, and then you can do what you like with it, Ghost.
Okay.
What time is it your time right now, Gemma?
It's 1 to 2 in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
I'm 5 hours ahead of Eastern time, so yeah.
Trying to time when we were in Germany for a while, and trying to time
Germany's an hour ahead of me, so for Germany it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And for Holland and places like that as well, an hour ahead of me.
Yeah,
Ghost, you've got a question from Wild Nesting again. It says, would you ever do a video on how to process a rabbit?
Yeah, I'm planning on videoing the first one that I processed. So I'm gonna be shocked and I'm gonna do it. I was considering videoing it, and I was also considering just doing it live. But I know a lot of the channels don't show the actual dispatch of the rabbit, but there are a lot of channels that do. So I don't know what the whole YouTube code of conduct kind of thing is. So I'm definitely going to do a video of the processing part, but I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to do the dispatch or not. I mean, I can obviously tell you how I'm going to do it or how I did it, but yeah, I'm going to do a video of the.
What does dispatch mean?
Kill it.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of ways people shoot them. They use a broomstick. They hit them in the back of the head with a bat. So,
okay.
It's just it stuns them.
Okay.
I've seen actually some larger channels. They want to show the process, but what they'll do is they'll just kind of blanket. Like I don't know, Justin Rhodes, people like that. Like they'll go up to the point, and then they cut, and it's black, and then they follow on from there. Just because,
right.
I mean, you have some people who are truly.
Yeah, Prepper says something to you on.
Yeah, I watched the Bearded Butchers too. Did you see the video with the wrestler Brock Lesnar in there? They were teaching him how to work that knife. Those guys they have some really good videos.
I suppose it depends on the way that you do things on your channel. Like, as long as you don't show certain parts of it, I guess YouTube can't really say much about it.
Right. I mean, I'm going to talk everybody through exactly how I do it. I just don't think I'm going to video the actual dispatch. I think I'm going to hit record as soon as it's
As long as
done.
you like tell people how legal process and whatnot, and then you can just do it that way.
I have to kill a fly. Sorry guys, I have a fly that's trying to like photobomb.
It's cool.
Hey Prepper Nerd, how are you? It's good to see you.
Dana, did you get the link? I emailed you the link. Did you want to come up? If you do, I'll drop.
Oh, God, it's so still hot here. We're in a heat wave right now. We're in a 2-week heat wave, and it's absolute boiling.
Hey, Firefly.
Hi, Firefly.
Firefly. Oh, she asked for a close up of the face of my cow. I have been working on it, but she doesn't stand still.
You're frozen, Milkmaid. Your picture's frozen.
Yeah.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah.
Smack it a couple of times.
If I smack it, y'all will go flying. I'm trying. I really wish my laptop would work. Am I still
Prepper 101. It's been like here in the UK for the last like 3 days. It's been like 33, 34 degrees Celsius. It's been really hot here. We don't usually get that hot, but we're on a 2-week heat wave, so it's
That's over 100 Fahrenheit, correct?
yeah, it's really hot here. So literally, right now I'm literally like damp. My face is literally getting damp because it's hot.
Oh, I hear you. Our heat index has been over 100 Fahrenheit, which would be kind of comparable.
Just before Ghost Stream, I actually went and tipped a bottle of water on my face just to cool down because I was getting so hot. I was like, vroom, chopped a bottle of water in me to cool down because I was getting really hot.
I'm looking for your comment, Susanna. I can't see it.
Hello, Caribbean House and TJ Preps. Hello. I just missed your comment.
I tell you what, I'd love to go to the Caribbean right now.
Hello, TJ.
Hey, TJ.
Hey,
There's some really cool people in here.
Oh, yeah.
we always
This is
get
where
the
the cool
coolest
kids hang out.
Uh-huh.
Still waiting for my funnel, guys.
What comment are you talking about, Susanna? Or you're down here
Yeah,
showing
I can't see anything from her. I'm reading the chat on my computer, and
you're showing support. I just didn't know if you wanted to come up here or not.
she was saying hello to people in the chat, but that's all I can see on the chat. Let me scan up a bit. Hey, Susanna, to me, to the Milkmaid. She's talking to Jeff. And she's talking to Ghost. Then
What? Look
I
who's
can't see
here.
anything.
Hey. TJ Preps, what's going on? How are you doing? Welcome.
Hello, Miss TJ.
Yeah, prepper. When we get really hot like we are now here in the UK, like wearing a jacket would just be absolute too hot. You'd be absolute like sweltering for it. Whereas I have a vest and a pajama top on, and I'm absolute boiling. I literally had to tip a bottle of water in my face earlier to cool down. It's really hot.
Hey, 101.
I
Make
do.
sure you send me an email, ghostprepper1369 @gmail. 101. Send me an email so I have your email so I can send you links to like come up here on the chat with us. You're like the only person I couldn't send a link to today because I don't have your email address. I didn't know if
Right.
you wanted to can with us. Are you canning right now? If you are, come on up here on the panel. Let me know.
You know what too? You can like leave a comment on a video, and as soon as he like hearts it or says hello, you can delete it or like edit it and take your email back off if you don't want it public. You know.
Right.
Is anybody in the chat canning? Do we know?
Do what?
Is
I know-
anyone in the chat canning?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Pepper says he's just got home from work. He'll email you next week. He's just got home.
Oh, Susanna gave me 3 red hearts. Thank you, Susanna. Love me some Susanna. Yeah, definitely 101. Send me an email. So, well, next Saturday is the prepper summit. So it'll be the following week. So every other week we can. Every other week it's prepper summit. That way we don't get completely burned out and end up canning the same thing over and over again.
If you can figure out how to can pizza, I'm all in.
Do what?
If you can figure out how to can pizza, I'm all in.
All right, I'll work on that one.
Hello, Angela. She says she's canning hamburger and watching chickens hatch. Aw,
Sweet.
Awesome, Angela.
nice.
Does she have an incubator? I'm guessing. That's so cool.
How would you can pizza? I wouldn't know how to even think about
I'm
canning
joking.
pizza.
I'm joking. I don't think you could. I mean, I guess you could can pizza sauce.
Honestly, I don't see why you couldn't.
Look, you got his wheels turning.
I mean, it
Not
might
unless
not
you,
really
not unless
be.
you can it
it-
separately, I
The
guess.
texture might be completely off, but I mean, I don't know. The bread would probably turn to goop.
I know some people can bread, like a
Yeah,
whole loaf of bread.
and cakes and bread and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've never done
Southern
that.
Belle. She does quick bread. She was saying in a comment. Somewhere.
Yeah. Like I want to can
My-
meatloaf.
My grandma used to can stuff. She used to have like loads of things in like her freezer. She'd can like vegetables. She'd can like juice and different stuff like that. And when we were clearing our house out, we had to go through the freezer. She must have had about probably a good year's worth of food stored in her freezer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Laura. The dough would just be all mush.
Yeah.
Angela B. Jeff wants to know what part of North Carolina. Zah. Hello, Zah. 12 jars of squash and zucchini. Awesome.
Oh, I've been pronouncing her name wrong. Whoopsie. I was calling her Zany. Sorry,
Zah.
Zah. I didn't mean to pronounce it wrong. Whoopsie.
Yeah, Zah is the namesake of the mama rabbit that had the baby.
Oh, okay.
Because she won my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So
Okay.
she got a rabbit named after her, and I also gave her a doe and a buck breeding rabbits, but she lives so far away, so she had me give them to Native Voice instead. So Native, Devout Lion, and his wife came by 2 weeks ago and picked up their rabbit.
Aww.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they do with that.
So I'll make sure I say it right now because now Ghost has helped me to say it properly. So I'll make sure I pronounce it right.
Zane. I'm so curious about the origins of that name.
People get my name wrong too. Like the amount of times I'm on panels on YouTube, and especially like some Canadians and some of the Americans who I talk to, and they call me Gemma, and I'm like, no, it's Gemma, and they're like, oh, Gemma. I'm like, no, it's Gemma, as in Gem, gem, and I have to actually spell it out for some people.
Yeah.
I got it, Jeff.
Even my own cousins in Australia get my name wrong. They call me Gemma, but I think they do it on purpose just to wind me up.
Of course, you're gonna have those. I don't tell my real name on here, but a lot of people mispronounce my real name as well.
At first, I wasn't going to, but then I just thought, what's the point in putting a fake name and then having to kind of keep going with it? I might as well just use my real name and be done with it.
Yeah. I mean, I used to use my real name for years and years, but I found too many, there are some problematic things with that.
Yeah. Some people I know can't use it because of work and different stuff. I understand that. I think that's a good thing to do for some people.
But Gemma's a beautiful name. Now, is it short for anything or just straight Gemma?
No, that's just my name.
There you go.
Yeah. My actual full name is Gemma Marie, but I don't like my middle name. I think it's boring. I don't know why my mum picked it, but
I wouldn't say it's a boring name. I know people with a middle name Marie, and I kind of like it.
So I'm the oldest of 3 children. There's me, then there's my sister, and then there's our half brother. So I'm the oldest of 3. So my sister just turned 29 in April, and my brother just turned 21 at the beginning of the month. So there's.
Hey,
And I'm 33 in October. So.
Mad
Hey, Mad
Chat,
Chat.
what's going on? All right, so please tell me everybody has been watching Dusty Data's videos. Oh my God.
Yes, I was watching his channel earlier.
Milkmaid, that one he did with you, I almost peed myself. Like literally.
Right?
When your eyebrows started doing the dance, I think I peed myself a little bit. That was hilarious.
Thank you, Wellness. I'm glad that you like my name. Gemma, my brother was involved in a chainsaw accident, so now he's kind of like my half brother. Ouch! That's sad. Ouch! But his brother was involved in a chainsaw accident. That's horrible.
Ow.
Yeah, so now now that lumber prices have started to come down, I'm gonna build my actual rabbitry. Like what I've got out there now is just all temporary. But I'm in my head, I've designed it. They're all gonna be hanging cages. But I've got to go get the 4x4s and sink them and all the roofing material and build it all up. But I've decided I'm gonna plumb it. I'm gonna run electricity to it, and I'm gonna run water.
Hey Jess, lovely.
Hey Jess.
Prepper 101, was you joking or were you being serious before I misread about the comment about your brother? Were you joking or were you being serious? Because I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Hey Jess, you want to come up and hang with us? There's the link.
Because I have a habit of misreading things sometimes and it gets me into trouble.
Wait, was it 101 who said that about his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, he's probably joking.
101's always joking.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever seen him make a serious comment.
Oh, my bad, Prepper. Prepper, I'll let you know that I do struggle to pick up jokes. So my bad. I don't process jokes too well. So my bad. Hey, Jess.
I didn't know if it was.
Hey, Miss Jess.
Yeah, Prepper, as with my half brother's from another dad, I technically call him my brother because I lived with him for nearly 9 years before I moved out. But yeah, he comes from another dad, so he's technically my half brother. But we treat each other as full siblings because I lived with him for a long time.
There you go.
Hey, everyone in the chat saying hi. Good to see everybody.
How you doing, Jess?
Good. We just made some homemade keto ice cream.
Nice.
I lost track of the days. I thought today was Saturday, and we wanted to make some keto pecan ice cream, some butter pecan ice cream. And I'm like, I'm gonna just go live while we make it. And then I was like, I went live, and I'm like, oh, it's Saturday. Canning day.
Did you not get my email?
No.
Hell, man, there's like 4 people that said they're not getting my email. And here's the thing. I'm putting, did you get my email, Milkmaid? Obviously you did. You had the link. And Virginia got it. She had the link. But it was I sent it to everybody at the same time. Like I put everybody's names in the top. But I don't know why certain people aren't getting it.
Yep. I didn't get it. I still don't see anything in there.
Prepper 101 says to Jess, "There's no karaoke tonight?" ?
No, that's only on special occasions. That's only when I hit a milestone. When I hit 2,000 subs, we'll do another karaoke night.
That was so much fun. I was like sweating and staining a deck and like miserable, and that came on, and I was like, oh yeah, I can jam to this. I can talk to my people. Like,
yeah, that was super fun.
I actually spent my last stream on my channel promoting Ghost and Jess, like nearly the whole time of my stream. I actually named my stream after the pair of them. So I told everyone to go and sub to both the channels and put the link in the chat and stuff. So people should come over.
Well, thank you, Gemma.
She's a sweetheart. We love us some Gemma.
Yeah, I'm the, as people keep saying to me, I'm the little midget because I'm freaking under 5 foot. My family teaches me that, oh, you're a little midget. I'm like, yeah, okay, I get the point.
Hey, Carabine. So what have you guys been up to? I've been out in the garden. I've missed all kinds of stuff, I guess.
I've been doing the garden and babysitting rabbits.
Yeah.
Like, I can't not go check rabbits. I literally go play with them like 15 or 20 times a day, like every day, for real.
That's good, though. At least they'll be really tame.
Oh, yeah, they're fat and happy. They're cool. Like, I pick every single one of them up every day and play with them.
Yeah.
Get them out, take the pictures and stuff. They're really, really cute.
Hello, Hutch Homestead.
Hey, Hutch.
And Caribbean House says hello to Jess.
Yeah, 101, you can't do the noodles just from the same reason you really can't do the rice. You're not supposed to. Some people say you can if they figured out how to do it. I just don't because they turn to mush. I mean, they literally liquefy. It's not pretty. So yeah, the noodles, anything with noodles or rice or any kind of thickening agent, you don't want to can. Some people say you can, more power to them. I never have.
plus, I mean, they store so easily dry. Why can them?
Hey, Barrett.
Hey,
I wore him out because I'm pouring the ice cream for me.
Nice.
man, it's been a while since I've made ice cream.
I'll probably be having some ice cream later.
I was an idiot and got rid of my ice cream maker because I thought I wasn't using it enough.
Aww.
Like a cow.
I'm so excited. I got one big Zach tomato. I've been planting them for 3 years. I've never had one put out a tomato. Never once.
Wow.
Now I have my first one that is that, and the big Zach.
Was it worth it?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I want a 4-pound tomato, man. Those things get massive. I'm thinking about popping it right now and just letting all the energy go just to that one tomato. Like cut off every other bloom and just have everything go to that one tomato and see what happens. If the other plant if the other one I've got out there now, if it produces fruit, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to top the other one. I'm going to prune it and just have everything go to that one tomato and see how big it gets. I mean, have you ever seen one? A Big Zack tomato? It's literally the size of a cantaloupe.
Take
It's
care,
like 5
Teresa.
pounds. They're called Big Zack. They're massive.
Is that the one that the guy that won like the Guinness Book of World Records tomato developed?
Yeah, it's the world record.
I heard about that. I mean, I haven't tried that.
They're like,
honestly.
They're like one slice covers the whole plate. Like for real. You could Google it right now. Google it. Google Big Zack tomato and look at how big they are.
Wrong with my canner. I still haven't even gotten to put my jiggler on yet. Man, it's hot as Hades in here.
Laura says, dang, you need a tree to grow that.
I see that. Yeah, they're big. I've never grown one before. I've never had one produce fruit. They grow, like they make a whole bunch of leaves and flowers, but I've even tried to pollinate them myself. It just never happened. But now, a few weeks ago, this one put out a fruit. And here's the thing: it's growing like twice as fast as all the other tomatoes. Like it's growing.
Well, save the seeds from that one.
Yeah.
Do what? Say, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna save the seeds. Wild Nesting said, "Are Big Zack sweet?" I don't know. I've never eaten one. I saw it. I saw them on the internet, on YouTube. Somebody was doing Big Zack tomatoes, and I saw the size, and I'm like, "You got to be kidding me!" I think it's like a cantaloupe. Yeah, they're like 4.5, 5 pounds. So I found some seeds. I ordered some seeds and planted them. Yeah, but they're massive. I don't know if they're sweet or not. I would love to cross pollinate a Big Zack with a Cherokee Purple.
I was gonna say when you harvest your Cherokee Purple, are you gonna be saving some seeds, and can I possibly hit you up for some?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll trade.
Definitely.
I've got other seeds.
Yeah, Cherokee Purple, man. After you eat a Cherokee Purple, you just don't want to have any other tomato. Literally, I don't want to eat any other kind of tomato other than Cherokee Purple. They're just delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, they're butt ugly, but they're delicious. Like when you cut into it, you think it's rotten. It's like purple. So it's black and purple. It's like a bluish, purplish black. That's where it gets its name from. And it looks like it's not edible, but it is the most delicious tomato you will ever eat.
I don't mind eating tomatoes if they're hidden, but if they're just on my plate, then no, I won't touch them. But if they're hidden in food, then yes, I'll eat them.
Some Duke's mayonnaise, some fresh white bread, and a big fat slice of tomato is all I need to put a smile on my face. Ain't nothing better than a tomato sandwich. And don't mess around and put no damn Miracle Whip on it. It's Duke's mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip. I don't even know what the hell that shit is.
Or your homemade stuff.
What is Miracle Whip? I've heard of it on. I've seen people do it on like videos. They put it into food and things. I'm like, what is it? I never understand it.
I don't know. I know it ain't mayonnaise. There's only one company that makes mayonnaise. That's Duke. Now, I have made some homemade mayonnaise before. It's pretty good.
That's what I do now because we don't use it that often. We don't really make sandwiches because of all the wheat allergies. So when I have mayonnaise, I'll usually make it for like a ranch dressing or something. But I make what we need.
Zar says it's mayo with vinegar. Ugh. No, that's nasty. Ew.
Vinegar?
Ugh. Vinegar's disgusting. No.
Some bruschetta with like a little balsamic.
I can't stand the smell of vinegar. It makes me want to vomit.
I drink vinegar every morning.
Oh no, just the smell is outrageous. No.
Oh no.
I remember when I was growing up, when I was a kid, I'd always know what time of year it was when my mom was making pickles, because that pickling spice would just permeate the entire house. I used to hate it growing up. Now I love it. I love that smell.
This is where you're going to think I'm weird, because I love pickles and I'll eat pickles to my heart's content, but the smell of vinegar, it makes me want to gag. I'm like, nope. Pickles I can eat all day, but vinegar I just can't stand.
I wonder if it's the type of vinegar.
I don't know. I can eat pickles. I can eat pickled like eggs and things like that. But when it comes to actual vinegar on its own, no.
Nothing but the best.
See, I've made rose petal and basil vinegar before. Like,
Do what?
not together.
Oh, basil. That sounds nice.
Like a basil vinegar, and then I made a rose petal vinegar. Because I actually use vinegar as a hair rinse.
I'm gonna switch my cameras up real quick because my phone is dying. So I'm gonna drop me off.
But the basil vinegar
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Hear me?
There we go.
There, yeah. We can hear and see you.
How's
I
that?
see
You guys hear me?
Ziegler.
Just
I've never tried Miracle Whip because I'm in the UK. I don't think we have it here, so I've never tried it.
Count your blessings. That's the natural stuff.
Unfortunately, and the UK doesn't have a lot of the American things. Like we don't get a lot of the American food over here. We only just started getting some of the like dessert things over here. Like we just started getting Hershey's chocolate over here about a year ago. Then I found out that we could get Twinkies from a local cake shop over here about a few months ago. So we can get things like Twinkies and a few other little bits of American food.
It's probably a good thing, honestly. A lot of the processed American food's really bad for you. Yeah, it might taste good, but it's really bad. I think they have different rules in different countries as to what you can put in them too.
Yeah, I think so.
Like a McDonald's in Germany versus a McDonald's in the US, totally different experience. I'd go hands down to Germany McDonald's every day of the week because that was like freaking good food. But in the US,
McDonald's here is very. A lot of our food over here is very sugary, and I haven't had a McDonald's in months. Like I've practically stopped eating most fast food since Jess has introduced me to like healthier eating, and I've learned how to cook for myself better and cook healthier food, which makes me feel a lot better. And I feel like I've lost weight for my face, especially my arms. I don't feel like I've got so chunky arms anymore, which is nice because I was getting a bit chunky on my arms. My face was areas I was getting worried about.
yeah.
Yeah, 101. Since it's pre-cooked, you only need 75 minutes in the canner. No.
So with regards to Hershey, like every time I want to try it is because so many people were saying how good the Hershey's chocolate was. So once I was able to get a bar, but I tried it.
Definitely.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Yes, 101 to 75 minutes. That's for the pint. The hour and a half for the quart. But it's got nothing to do with whether it's pre-cooked or not. The process time is the same whether it's raw or cooked. The process time is just to get it at that higher temperature under pressure for a sustained amount of time, which kills, all the bad stuff that could be in there. It has nothing to do with whether it's cooked or not.
Virginia says she can't reply to chat from her reply to chat from kitchen, so she has to go to the garage computer. Okay.
Yeah, the 75 minutes would be for the pints, not the quarts, correct?
What? It's an hour and a half. Yeah, it's an hour and a half for quarts, 75 minutes for pints.
Right. Which, other than chicken, I've never done pints.
Yeah, but here's the thing. It's not going to hurt anything if you just do your pints at an hour and a half, just like the quarts. It's not going to hurt anything at all.
I honestly thought about doing a second layer and just doing some beans and pints to just make the canning time count on top of the quarts.
I'm sorry you're not very well, Prepper 101. I hope you feel better.
Oh, yeah. He said he wasn't feeling well.
Yeah, Prepper says he's not feeling well. I hope you feel well, better, buddy.
Yeah, nerd. It just depends on what you're canning. The texture is going to change because of the sustained pressure. It's like your hamburger meat, your ground beef. The texture changes. The nutrients are still there, but it feels different in your mouth. There's a different texture to it. It depends on what you're cooking. Like chicken, when you can chicken, let me tell you something. Chicken literally does not change at all. It's still the texture is awesome. It holds together really, really, really. Hamburger meat, canned hamburger meat is perfect for making like rotel dip and tacos. It's awesome for tacos and it's awesome for rotel dip, but the texture does change. Whether it's cooked or not before you can it, I don't think really that. I mean, I've done different things, raw pack and then hot pack, and I really can't tell a difference, honestly. It just depends on what kind of food you're doing.
I think too, kind of would depend on the fat content too.
Yeah.
Like, if you're doing burger, if it's 97 or 90-10 versus 80-20,
Right.
Cooking it beforehand will reduce your fat.
Right.
That causes issues, I would think.
Prepper, is that another joke you're saying about you being a troll, or is that you being serious?
He's never serious. He's a professional troll.
Oh, okay.
Not a bad troll. Not a bad. So here in the prepping community, we troll the crap out of each other. Once you know who the other person is, it's like I'll troll Hutch. Hutch trolls. I mean, once you get to know people, we troll each other. But
Prepper, I kind of knew you were a good guy because I wrenched you because Ghost and Jess told me that you're a good guy, so that's why you got a wrench on my channel.
He's a very good guy.
Yeah, but
I modded you as well, Milkmate and Virginia. When you were in my stream the other day, I modded all of you, so you've all got wrenches on my channel.
I have something very interesting going on, guys. So, 15 minutes ago, I had a funnel. Now, I do not have a funnel.
Did you leave it in the canner?
Yeah, Beach Almond. The only reason I asked the question, Beach Almond, is because sometimes I misunderstand the chat. When people are texting, sometimes I struggle to understand the context of the way it's being said. So that's why I try to ask questions before I make a mistake by saying something.
We understand. That's fine.
Yeah. Plus, 101 has a hard time spelling big words. It's like more than 3 syllables. He'll get it all screwed up.
That education. Yeah, my steam funnel went away. What is up with that?
Hope it's not on the key.
Yeah, Virginia's pot is well steaming. It's like you can see all the steam's coming off.
Right. I mean, like, I've got it full blast. It's like 11 billion degrees in here. And there's no freaking funnel.
It's okay, Prepper. I'm not big on spelling either, even though everyone says that I can spell like a dictionary, because often my relatives who are writing letters to people, especially my dad, when he has to write letters to clients, he rings me up. He's like, I'm halfway through this letter. How do you spell this word? How do you do this? I'm like, really? He's like, well, you spell better than I do. I'm like, oh, come on.
Jeff, what are you talking about?
Is he talking about not burping the jar?
Let's get the air out of mine. We're going to find out the result.
Okay. Yeah, definitely got to burp the jars.
Hello, Redneck Prepper.
Hey, Redneck.
What's up, Redneck?
Hey, Ghost. Well, I'm gonna jump down. I just wanted to come in and say hi and.
Yeah, when after you put the meat and everything in there, and you get the air out before you put the top on. I forgot to do that.
Oh, yeah, that's a biggie. What I'm trying to do.
You'll be okay.
Just take it off and let it vent for 10 minutes, right?
No, he's talking about when he put stuff in the jar.
You're
He did
funny.
bubble.
Oh, the debubbling. Okay.
Yeah, he did
Yeah,
bubble.
that's it.
It's not really a big deal. I mean, you did spaghetti sauce, so it's just pretty much liquid anyway. So you'll be all right.
Prepper, you're very funny.
I didn't see any difference when I debubbled mine. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that has to do more with when you have chunks and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if it's pretty much all liquid or submerged in liquid, you'll be okay.
Prepper nerd, I added garlic, a lot of salt and pepper, oregano, just a little bit for this, but usually for canning, you don't put in too many seasonings.
Do.
Hey, Redneck, 300.
Hey, 300.
So, y'all want to hear what I put in mine?
Yeah.
300.
I know you're really not supposed to put a lot of seasonings, but I'm a huge seasoning person. So what I did was I made my sauce and I just made it to taste. So I added oregano, I added rosemary, I added garlic, onion, mushrooms, mushroom powder, a little bit of red wine, the meats, crushed red pepper, and I just did it to taste until it tasted like I wanted it to taste. I didn't actually add any. Oh, and I added a little bit of sugar to cut the acidity.
Yeah.
Like a quarter cup for that big old stock pot.
One thing I've learned about the seasonings when you're canning with spaghetti and chili, I season them both, and I haven't had any negative. Because there's so many different flavors working against and for each other in spaghetti and in chili that they kind of cancel each other out as far as going over the top, at least in my experience.
Oh.
Now, other things like I can a lot of pork and beans and weenies. That's like a favorite. That's a Southern favorite, hot dogs and pork and beans. And don't ever season those. I'm here to tell you, I did once with just a little bit, and I didn't put that much, just Italian seasoning, because when I cook it on the stove, I use Italian seasonings in it. I pretty much use Italian seasonings and everything. But when I canned the pork and beans and weenies with the Italian seasoning in it, it was literally unedible. Like it was basil nuclear war in your face. It was bad. Yeah, it was literally, it was almost, I couldn't eat it. It was that bad. So yeah, some things you just do not season at all, but there's so much stuff going on in spaghetti and there's so much stuff going on in chili, get away with it.
That's good to know, because I always, like, when I first started canning, I'd never heard that it amplified the spices. So I just threw in what I normally would. And I didn't, well, but that was with like a beef stew or goose stew in that sense. Or in that circumstance. But
Prepper 101, you are funny.
Annie?
You're funny.
Now that she knows he's never serious, she's
You're funny.
He's a mess.
Yeah, he is. We love him.
Alright, this had to have at least gotten a good balance going on here.
And there's another way to mess with the acidity too, especially in your spaghetti, and even definitely your spaghetti, is grape jelly. You're doing a big old pot of spaghetti, put a couple of heaping tablespoons of grape jelly in the sauce. Can't taste it. It doesn't change the flavor palette at all. You cannot taste it, but it really knocks. If you've got a problem with acid reflux or heartburn, it takes care of it. Like grape jelly, for real. It works.
And spaghetti?
Yep.
I wonder if it's the sugar neutralizing the acidity.
I don't know, because I know a lot of people have issues with spaghetti and heartburn and acid reflux. But I learned it from an old Italian woman. She's like, grape jelly? I'm like, what? She goes, put your couple tablespoons in there and grape jelly in a big old pot. And it'll take the acidity out of it. And it works. And it doesn't mess with the flavor. You can't taste it at all. I think it's the sugar.
Oh, heck, you wouldn't believe what I put in my chili. I put cocoa in my chili.
Nice.
Wow. I wouldn't think about that.
There's it's like an undertone that you can't quite put your finger on, but it's like this mellow undertone that smooths it out. Oh, gosh, it's good.
I guess it cuts the bitterness out of the chili if you put the cocoa in it.
Let's see, cocoa and mushrooms are both bitter, and there's so much salt that it kind of mellows each other out. Like, it's weird. But I heard about it and I tried it one time and everybody raved about it and I was like, oh, okay, that actually works.
300. I must say, like, it's just about cooking with garlic. For me, I guess for me it's a sensory issue, but for me, garlic really sets my sensory issues off with regards to food. The smell just drives me absolute nuts. So I'm very careful if I do cook with garlic or anything high scented. It's very, very little portions that I put in because it doesn't agree with me very well. So I have to be very careful when it comes to high scented foods because my body just doesn't like it.
And see, I have to have garlic. I put garlic in everything. I put garlic in food. I'll put it in grits. I'll make it with chocolate milk. I love garlic.
I've got a lot better over the years, like with certain textures and smells, but there's some certain smells that still I can't do because I know for well it's just not going to be a good idea.
Well, you know, chocolate is actually a really common ingredient in a lot of meat sauces, like mole sauce has chocolate. I've done recipes where you actually add chocolate chips to chili, and it's not as weird as it sounds. Once it's all cooked together, it makes it really dark and
yeah.
See, okay, I'm not crazy. Good.
no.
I mean, I've also added pumpkin to my chili too. It's fun.
Yeah.
You can't
If you
tell.
add a teaspoon of instant coffee to a chocolate cake recipe, it makes it more chocolatey.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a gluten-free. So my son can't have wheat, and there's a gluten-free quinoa chocolate cake that I make. That everybody, if you don't know that it's not gluten-free, like they would never guess. We've had people request it for weddings.
Right.
It is good. It's not my recipe, but we added coffee to it. Man, that made it all the difference.
Yep. Really good.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna have to trim this beard before too long. Getting a little ragged.
Your beard's looking good, Ghost.
It always looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do what Backwoods did and get the Purdy Man stuff.
Maybe I'll brush it one day. I've never brushed it.
Jeff says to you, Ghost, one day you need to do a session on how to make chocolate gravy. Ooh, that sounds yummy.
Anything chocolate's my friend.
I've never even heard of chocolate gravy.
Your voice, the first thing I've heard about it.
Chocolate.
Hello, Kim's Farm.
Anything.
Kim's Farm. Hello.
Jill Fraser says chocolate and chili yum, chocolate and salt yum. Salted chocolate for me, yes. I just literally bought some salted chocolate from a sweet shop here yesterday, and I had 1 cube of it for my dessert with my dinner. Oh my god, I was sitting here, it's like melting in my mouth. It's just 1 little cube. I've got a whole bag in the fridge. It's like really nice.
There was this one chocolate shop that I went to long time ago, and they had all these different chocolates, and they were freaking good chocolates. Like, you know, they were pricey, but you only bought like a tiny little bit, and that's all you need, just like a tiny little taste. But they had a black pepper chocolate. So good.
Wow.
And a lavender chocolate that had like lavender infused oil in it, and what was the other one? There was something else that was really tasty, and you would never guess mixing it with chocolate. That would be really good.
Nice. Take care, B Charmin. Have a good evening.
Bye, B.
Night, B.
I did promise Ghost that I'd actually go and record at my local sweet shop. I do need to do that. So during the week I'll get out with my camera and go and film in the local candy sweet shop that I have in my apartment, that I can go and show you all the different treats we have.
Oh, I'd love that.
I need to do that. I'll do that next. I'll do that during the week when I go out.
I remember you mentioning that. I think it was on your 4,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I uploaded a restaurant vlog on Friday. I went to an Italian restaurant and I showed inside the restaurant, and so I did that
I saw
on
that
Friday.
video.
Yeah.
Oh, food.
I've never heard of chocolate gravy. I make homemade biscuits and sausage gravy. That's one of my favorites.
It is a mountain
Wow.
jealousy, but it is chocolate gravy and it is off the hook.
Yep.
What you guys call biscuits is what we call like scones. Like I figured that out after someone did a video showing me what biscuits were. So I had no idea what you guys were on about. I was like, what do you mean biscuits? Because biscuits for us are more kind of what we call cookies. Whereas when I was showing the video, I was like, oh, what we call scones, what we class them as like savoury cakes over here. That's what we have out for dinner.
Now that's my biscuit mix. All you got to do is add milk, buttermilk, or water, regardless, and it tastes just like grilled biscuit.
Okay.
See, I never understood what fish and chips were. I thought.
Yeah, so over here in the UK, usually like a Friday or Saturday, we usually call it fish and chip weekend, because everyone who's been working during the week, or it's just known as Fish and Chip Friday. So people usually take the weekend to get themselves fish and chips. So I had fish and chips on Thursday because it's my nana's birthday, and I said, "What treat do you want for your birthday?" She goes, "Oh, I want a piece of fish and I want some chips." I'm like, okay. So me and my sister went to the local fish shop and got her rock eel and her chips, and she likes to have curry sauce, so we just put it all over her dinner because she was 82 on Thursday. Yeah.
Educate me. What is chips in fish and chips? Is it just like potato chips?
Yeah, it's basically potato fries. It's like just little potato fries that are in the fryer.
Okay.
Basically what we call French fries.
Yeah, what you call French fries is what we call chips. Yeah.
Thank you, Prepper Nerd. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the donation, Prepper Nerd. Very good of you to donate to Ghost.
Now I have another question.
Yeah.
Do you eat your chips with your fingers or with a fork?
I do both. I eat with my fingers most of the time because I find it a lot easier. Whereas a lot of people, like my parents, they're like, "Oh, eat it the proper way, Jimmy. You eat it with a fork." And I'm like, "Nope. I eat it with my fingers. I like to have it on my fingers."
Oh, hi, Doc Max Life.
Yeah, so I eat with my fingers when I'm having French fries and fish. I pull it apart and just eat it with my fingers.
Mm-hmm. I found that shocking when I went over there, that like most things that I would normally pick up and eat with my fingers, like say pizza or French fries, that was considered rude. And I was like, how the heck do you eat French
I guess it depends where you go though in the UK, because a lot of us, like for me and I know a few other people, like in my region where I am, I eat pizza with my fingers all the time. I cooked pizza the other day, and I had my mum here for dinner, and she said, "What are you doing?" And we just rip it apart and we eat it with our fingers.
Right.
I don't see the point in eating a pizza with a fork. It just doesn't make sense. It's like, it's messy food. You want to eat it when it's hot, and it goes cold if you eat it with a fork. So you might as well just eat it when it's hot and use your fingers. That's what we've got fingers for, isn't it? To eat food with our hands.
So, question: how do you eat ribs? Because I can't imagine eating that without
Fingers.
your fingers. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yes, ribs are with our fingers. Yeah.
Now he's eating like us, like rednecks.
We eat ribs with our fingers. So like what we do is that we rip it off the bone, and then we just eat it like that. We have it off the bone, because they serve it on what they call a bone of ribs. It's basically our ribs are like kind of like a bent thing
Yeah.
like this, and you just pull all the meat off.
Now I run around with some boys who would eat it like Fred Flintstone used to.
Pardon, Jeff?
Say again, Jeff.
I said I used to run around with some boys. Okay. I used to run around with some guys that would eat it like Fred Flintstone.
Flintstones is a childhood cartoon. I used to watch that when I was growing up. When I was a little girl. I think actually I still own the DVD that I bought of the Flintstones a couple of years ago that I bought.
Hello, Jill.
When I next time have some ribs, milkmaid, I will take a picture and I'll show you, or a video, and I'll show you how we eat ribs, because over here we just tend to rip the meat off the bone and we tend to eat it with our fingers because it's quite a greasy meat to eat when we have ribs, because it's quite a tender meat when we cook them.
My family generally have sauce from ear to ear when they eat it.
I'm hoping I actually might get my uncle to come onto YouTube with me, and because he's a big fan of ribs and stuff. So I said to him, would he come on a video and show some British food for you guys? So he said that he'd agreed to come on and do a cooking video with me, so you can see some of the British food. Because he's all into, like, he's American. He likes cooking ribs and like American food. He likes to cook waffles and pancakes and all that different kind of stuff. So he said he'll come on a video with me, and so I'm looking forward to that. I haven't cooked with him for a long time. Whoa, another donation.
Wow, thank you very much. I appreciate that. To help out with your first litter of kits. Thank you very much.
Thank you, who Alligator Ghost. He deserves it. He's a very good guy. So
thank you, sweetheart.
That's too loud.
that's why I put that community tab post up about you with your picture, which I forgot to ask you. I was like, oh shoot, when I uploaded, I was like, oh, I didn't ask you if I could use a picture. I was like, oops.
You ain't gotta ask me. Do whatever you want. I'm easy going. I'm just.
Some people get a bit funny with like their picture being used, and I'm like, oh no, I should have probably asked first. I know some people don't like it.
This way. So what better way to make it more pretty than to put a picture of me up there?
I know. Plus, I want people to see you. So I took the picture from the stream. I was just like, I hope he doesn't mind when I tag him like 3 times in the post. I was like,
No, I did not mind at all.
He knows he's pretty.
I've been talking about you to my family. Goes, I was actually talking about you to my dad earlier on the phone, and he goes, "What are you doing tonight?" I was like, my friend Ghost Prepper, my American brother's going live. He goes, "Oh yeah," he goes, "You talked about him. Yeah, he's the guy who got you to your 4K, wasn't he?" I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "How do I know you're going to talk about Ghost?" And then I was like, hopefully I'll go on his panel with him again, because he likes to invite me up on his panel, and he's like, "You're so exciting." I was so happy. I was like, "Ghost is going live tonight. Don't disturb me. I'm turning my phone off. Leave me alone."
You're always welcome to that.
You'll make him blush, Gemma.
I know, right? Look, I'm getting
My
all
parents
red.
get a habit of annoying me in the evenings. They know I'm doing panels with people. I'm like, "Nope, go away. I'm turning my phone off. I'm busy."
You're always welcome here.
And that's what I said to him. I couldn't wait to get on your panel. I'm like, "Don't disturb me. I'm going on panels. I'm busy on YouTube. Go away."
Yeah, I do. I have like issues, not issues, or moments. Like sometimes I'll go a week and a half and not even make a video or get on any panels. You know, some days are good, some days are bad. It is what it is.
I need you on my panel soon, Ghost, and I'm gonna get you up on mine.
Okay. Yeah, the other night I couldn't because I was at Walmart.
I know you made me jump when you came in, because I was talking about you, and I'm like, "Ghost, please say you're in the background," and all of a sudden you're like, "Boo!" I'm like, "Whoa!" You made me jump.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you couldn't make it the boo.
Milkman sent me a text. She's like, Gemma's talking shit about you on her stream. And I'm like, what?
I did not. I said, "Hey, Gemma's live."
I must have been talking about you for about a good 10, 15 minutes. I was like, Ghost, please say you're in the background. And all of a sudden you come in, I'm like, oh.
I
Boom.
was trying not to boss
He's
around.
always there.
I just said, she's there. Hello. She wants to thank you.
Yeah, she did. It's kind of funny too, because lots of times I'll go on different streams and I won't make a comment at all in the chat. I just listen, and then somebody will say something about me, or they'll say something that's like the perfect time, and I'll just type in "boo." They're like, "No."
Yeah, it definitely made me jump. And then I think it was Jess and another person came in. Gemma, you do realise he's probably here, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know he's probably here. He's probably lurking in the background because I know he lurks a lot of streams. And then I see you put boo. I was like, oh, yep, he's here.
He is a ghost.
Sneaky.
I know a lot of people were going to check your channel out when I put your link out, because I pinned your link and Jess's link to the top of my chat. So hopefully people will come over, and I told them to subscribe. So hopefully they will.
I made a video about an issue I was having. It was a premiere, and I think pretty much everybody remembers that, an issue I was having about 3 weeks ago. And there was some negative fallback from that. I dropped had like 1,605 subscribers, and I dropped all the way down to like 1,580 or something like that. And I just now got back up over 1,600. I'm at like 1,612 or 1,615 now. And it was because the other night, the stream that you did, Jimmy, you sent a lot of people over, which was cool.
Aw.
Well, I'm getting you to your 2K. That's the next push that we need to get you to, which is what I'm going to be getting you to your 2K. So that's my mission.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You have to let your UK sister get you to your 2K. Like you got me to my 4K, so your UK sister gets to do it.
That'll work. Yeah, you got a lot of really nice guys, nice people in your community. What was the truck driver's name? Maniac
Larry, yeah, I've known Larry for a long time on YouTube. He is very controversial. Sometimes he can get a bit voice heated, especially he's had a lot of issues with negative people, but he's a good guy overall. He's a really nice guy. He's been trucking for 40 something years. So he's an experienced trucker. He has a lot of. I've actually seen him at work where he'll phone me, and he's like, "Oh, do you want to see where I'm traveling to?" I'm like, "Okay," and he'll have me on the phone for like 5 hours on Facebook, and he'll just show me all the freeways and stuff that he's traveling on, and it's really cool. I really enjoy speaking to him on the phone.
See, over there they call them lorries, right?
Yeah, over here, lorries. Yeah.
Lorry.
What, the truck or the truckers?
The truck.
The trucks that you drive, we call them lorries. So over here, if you're a trucker, you're called a lorry driver.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we call them lorry drivers.
Yeah, when I was over there.
Or another name they get called is cabbies. You know, cabbies to us is what we also call taxi drivers. So there's several names that truck drivers get called over here.
I loved it over there. It took me a while to get used to the different words. Like there's more of a, even though both languages are technically English, there's more of a verbal wall than there is a cultural wall.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because
it's just some of our words that we pronounce have a certain tone to them, or for instance, like Go said it the other day, when we say, "Oh, we're going out for a fag," that means we're going out for a cigarette, and people like Go said that he got told off for saying the word fag. But over here, that's not seen as offensive. That's seen as a slang word for cigarette. So, "Oh, we're going out for a fag," and people like, and then people like, "What? You can't say that." I'm like, it means cigarette. Like we don't use the word fag as in for gay people.
Oh, Yeah, when I was growing up, I worked at this horse barn, and the people who ran the horse barn, they came over from England, and when she came over, she was 13 years old, and so she goes to school, and she makes a mistake on her paper, and she asked the teacher for a rubber, which in the UK is an
Okay.
eraser, but over
Yeah.
here it means something entirely different. And,
Yeah,
you know,
we
she was
call
quite
it
embarrassed.
a razor too over here, but the slang name is also a rubber, but the technical name is, yeah, I can understand why that can get people in trouble.
Especially when she's a 13-year-old girl. That was kind of
Yeah,
hard for her.
I think we've all done that as kids before. We've said something that we probably shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I still
Like I
do.
said to Ghost before, like I got caught smoking for the first time when I was 15. I decided that I was going to be a cool person. You know, technically, obviously, I wasn't. And me and my friends decided we were going to go and get a box of cigarettes after school and decided we are going to be cool and hang out at the park. And I forgot that my mum was walking our dog after school because she used to work till like 4 o'clock at the end of the school day, and then she'd walk our dog for a couple of hours around the park. And she caught me, and yeah, I got in so much trouble.
Oh yeah.
I got grounded for like 2 weeks. Never ever done that again. My mum hit the roof of me big time. Never again. My mum was not happy.
I imagine.
She took me up to the bathroom and scrubbed my mouth with soap. And then she's like, if you want to smoke, and then she got my ex stepdad's cigarette box. And she goes, well, smoke these. And she threw them right at my face. And she's like,
Oh gosh.
I think you're brave. And I was like, no, I'm not. Never did that again. Nope. Jeff, we have a lot of names, Jeff, that we call different people. Like we have a lot of names for like restaurant workers. We have a lot of names for different kinds of people who work in different. Like you guys call like your like emergency responders EMTs, where we call them over here. They're known as paramedics or ambulance carers, whereas you guys call them first responders, which I found really weird when I first started talking to you guys in the States. I'm like, huh? That's
Right.
and you're like, no, that's what we call them. Like, oh, so now I've got used to them. Like, oh, okay.
We call them paramedics too. That's interesting. There's a lot that are the same, just split off a little different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It used to be always it was paramedic, then the name kind of switched over to EMT, and then the term first responder popped in. But first responder is a broad range of it could be firefighters, EMTs, police officers. First
Yeah.
responder, it just means that, the ones that are usually first on the scene.
Yeah, my channel is called Gemma's Journey Grace. Jill, I think she's asking about my channel.
I'm about to put up the link.
Yes, please.
Because I don't have YouTube open, I only have the StreamYard window open because YouTube has a habit of repeating if I have the YouTube window open. So I usually keep the YouTube window closed.
Yeah, I have to close everything when I'm online because my
Thank
stream.
you, Prepper. You're a very pretty lady, Milkmaid, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I don't take compliments well.
You're very pretty.
Dang it, Prepper 101 must beat me.
Thank you, Virginia. I appreciate it. P8EMT says, I'm actually certified as a medic, aka paramedic. However, at my volunteer fire coat, I'm a firefighter and EMT.
The name says it all. It took me a second and I was like, oh, EMT, FF.
Yeah, I kind of had to read it. I'm like, oh, okay.
But I'd never know what to call you. Like, PA? Pa?
Paw?
Because like we like for our police, like firefighters, we call them frontline heroes because they're the frontline emergency people. So our police are our frontline well as our Prime Minister rename our frontline emergency heroes, whatever he likes to call it. But yeah, it's so confusing.
Yeah.
The people who are first there when crap hits the fan.
PA just don't. Okay, yeah, I get it. It's like people just say, just don't call me late for dinner or whatever it is. That joke. Yeah, I get it.
I dub thee paw.
I never used to understand that joke at first when people say, "Oh, don't be late for dinner." I'm like, "Huh? What do you mean?" I'm confused. But then I started getting it over the last few times. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
How's
we
it
got
going,
it.
Where you at, Virginia? I got 20 minutes left.
I have 25 minutes before I can turn off my heat. I was just wondering about Jeff. I think him and I are neck and neck also.
I'm in the lead for once. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
My own show, and it's the first time I'm ever going to finish first. What?
It's about time.
One of these days, I'm going to start a day ahead of you guys and finally beat y'all. Maybe a week ahead. I don't know.
I have 32 minutes.
What time is it right now? I can't tell because my phone.
10 o'clock.
What?
10 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, 3 a.m. British time for me.
101.
I want to say I'm done at 11:15.
At Ghost Prepper. She's on her second batch. That would not surprise me, 101. That would not surprise me at all.
I'll never tell.
Somebody left a comment saying, "Oh, I bet you've already got your stuffed browned and your onions and peppers sautéed."
Hoot Owl Holler. Yes, it was
Yeah.
Hoot Owl Holler. That was hilarious.
That gave me a good chuckle. Man, I about died with all of Dusty's little videos recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching Dusty's channel the last couple of days. I still need to watch some more.
And the thing that killed me was I got no notifications for any of those videos. It wasn't until Hutch said something that I was like going back and looking. I was like, "Oh, that's."
Huh. I didn't either. I haven't been getting any.
What I would suggest is if you're not getting notifications, you unring the bell, unsubscribe, resubscribe, re-ring the bell. That's what I've had to do for some people who I've been watching who I don't get notifications for. I have to unsub, resub, and then ring the bell again to get the notification.
I'm subbed to so many people. I think I've noticed if I've watched a recent video of somebody that I'll get the notifications for them. But if I haven't watched a video in a while, I'll miss like tons. Like it won't even pop up. But I always do them too. So
I'm supporting like 900 and something people. YouTube sent me a thing the other day telling me how many people I'm subbed to. I'm like, wow, I didn't even realize I subbed to that many people, but
it's not enough time in the day. And plus I've been fairly busy this week. And my husband's been home, so I don't spend a whole lot of time online when he's home. We do the family thing.
Yeah. I went to a wedding on Friday night. I was out on Friday night for a wedding. That was busy.
Is that fun?
It was alright. It was loud, crowded because we're allowed to meet in crowds bigger than 50 people now. So there's about 75 of us in a little pub restaurant thing. It was crowded, but it was nice. But I don't make a habit of going to things like weddings because I don't like it.
I think Ghost is.
Oh, Ghost is frozen.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That's a funny pose, too.
He's like the finger.
Yeah. At least he wasn't scratching his nose.
Right?
Yeah, he did say his internet has been playing up for the last couple of days, so I think he's having tech trouble.
Y'all are gonna catch me picking my nose, and that's going to be bad.
For sure.
Oh, there he is. He's moving again now.
Look, like zoomed.
There we go. He's unfrozen now. You're back. He's looking rather serious.
Right. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Now
We
he's
really.
gone.
Now the mice will play.
He'll be back. He should hopefully he'll try and reconnect his internet on the.
Now, see, I'm better at playing in the chat than I am up on the screen. I have to behave
Oh, yeah.
myself.
I'm getting better at both the chat and the screen, but I try and look at the chat and look at the screen and look back so I can try and read who's here.
It's almost helpful that I can't see the chat because I'm pretty sure I'd get completely lost in the chat and not.
Yeah, some people like sometimes if I'm doing a stream on my channel, usually there's someone on my panel who'll read it for me. So I'm like, wah, I'm trying to talk to my panel, and then I've got the chat going boom at me. I'm like, I can't do it.
Right.
So usually one of my panelists, my mods will go, oh, don't worry, Gemma, we'll do it. I'm like, okay. So I can
It's
just
hard to
focus
keep
on the
from
other people.
laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milkmaid, it's difficult to keep the composure.
Especially people like trying to make jokes with you, or they're trying to explain something and you're trying to talk to the panel and then you're trying to check the chat. And it's like, oh my God, I'm trying to chat to my friends and I'm trying to check the chat, and it gets too much sometimes.
I have an
to do
idea
it.
for.
Welcome back, Ghost.
Welcome back.
Hey. We weren't bad.
We behaved.
We did.
I was watching on my phone. I was watching on my computer. It just wouldn't let. Like I was completely locked up. I don't know why. So I had to switch back to my phone.
Oh, you're back, so it's good.
Hey, y'all, I'm going to go check my canner real quick. I'll be right back, all right?
Okay. Prepper, you are funny. What are you on about? I tried to ignore the Prepper 101. How can you ignore yourself, Prepper 101? That's silly.
Thank you, Wild Nesting. Thank you. That was very sweet.
Look at you, Ghost, getting the dono train today.
Yeah, Ghost got locked out of his own house. I know, right? The ladies booted me right off.
Yeah.
Guys, if you guys haven't already shared this stream out, please go and share it out on your community tabs, your emails, social medias. Please, Ghost 3 does deserve some more support. So if you could share this out, I did share it out a couple of times on my community tab. So hopefully there'll be some people coming over. But if you can share it out, that helps Ghost get some more people.
That'd be awesome. I'm restarting my computer, so hopefully I can engage the chat a little bit better. Right now, I'm just trying to read everything on my phone, and it's not very large.
I can read it too, brother. I've been reading the chat most of the time.
I'll be honest,
Cool.
like if there's new subscribers to Ghost, you should go back and watch his old content as well. There's so much good information.
Yes.
So much good information.
Yeah, I've been watching some of Ghost's older content earlier when I was going through his channel and watching some if I came on the panel.
And honestly, some of my favorites.
I think I'm actually going to go back and
We're buffering a little bit.
my videos, especially my first videos that I did, were like not very good. Like redo some of my videos, like do like a new version of the videos and re-upload them, like better quality.
I'll be honest, I loved them, but if you want to do them differently, that's cool too. You know.
I especially loved the garden video that you uploaded today. That was great. I was watching that. I left a comment on it just before I got up here.
Yeah, my experimental garden. Like I'm doing all kinds of wild stuff.
The garden video, that was so cool.
Sometime soon, I'm gonna show you guys my garden or my.
Yeah, Laura, I'm having some serious internet issues, so bear with me.
Yeah, Ghost internet is cutting in and out a little bit.
He's having a milkmaid moment.
Right? We've all been having that.
Yeah.
Yeah. couple of weeks now. It's been really bizarre, really glitchy.
Like all day today, mine's been in and out. Even my phone wasn't getting service. Like it was weird.
Mine does that, and I don't understand because it won't be like when I've used up data. I'm in the same freaking place at my home where I never leave unless I have to. And like my so slow I can't even leave a comment in chat.
Yep.
That
Me
bad.
too.
Thank you, Prepper, for dropping Milkmaid's channel. That's really nice of you to drop her link
Well, thank
in
you.
the chat.
Look at 101 out there pimping my Canimals out.
If anyone hasn't seen Milkmaid's rap, you must go back and check that out.
It is awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Have you?
I definitely will go back and watch some.
Have you watched her raw milking?
Yes.
No, I need to.
Gemma, Milkmaid does videos in the barn while she's milking her cow manually.
Fun. I have to go and watch.
They're good. They're really good. And she can rap.
Oh, cool. I have to definitely go and watch that.
Oh yeah, I'm the milk and M&M.
Many talents. Very, very intelligent.
I am being highly
Hello,
sarcastic.
Mojo Man.
Mojo, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Mojo.
Hey, Mojo.
Angela says she's made a lot of comments tonight, but most of them are not showing up. Well, we can see you, Angela. Let me scan back to see if I've missed you, because I haven't seen any comments from you. Let me go up.
Like the entire live stream has just been acting really, really weird tonight.
Huh.
No, Angela, I haven't. That's only the second comment I've seen from you the whole stream. I've had the whole stream chat up the whole time. That's the second comment I've seen from you. I've been here the whole time.
Good.
Gemma,
Yes.
Milkmaid's going to shoot me for saying this, but she is also an awesome rapper.
Yep.
Oh, we already said that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go and watch Milkmaid's channel later so I can see the videos.
Oh, she's got a video out where she's rapping.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I do like rap music and things, so I definitely will go and check it out for sure.
I only did that because somebody said you should rap, and I thought that was the funniest thing. So I rapped very poorly.
You slayed it.
What is that?
Hello, Karen.
You
Hi, Karen.
freestyled it.
Yep.
That's what makes it so good.
Huh?
We all have different talents. Milkmaid has rapping, like I have my poetry. That's my talent. It's a different form of speaking.
Oh, my internet must be going bad. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can go fix it, okay?
Okay.
I can't hear what anybody is saying. Like, at all. Can't get this.
I'm gonna step back in the other. Hey, see if Ghost can drop another link and let me come in under my other name, because it hurts me to stand for a long period of time.
Okay. Guys, can you drop another link in the chat for Jeff so you can hop on his other account?
As soon as my computer fires back up.
Okay. No worries.
I do because it completely locked up.
Okay, no worries.
So it's
worries.
trying to fire back up. I don't know what's going on.
You're fine, brother. No worries.
Who was wanting the link?
Jeff, he's logging in on his other account because he said that he's in pain standing up for too long, so he's gonna log back in on his other account so he can sit down. So he wanted you to drop another link because he's gonna log off this one, I think, and log back on on another one.
Yeah, 101 said, Jeff, if you just scroll back up, it's still in the chat.
It's such a shame Pat on
Wu-Tang
this.
Clan. Milkmaid, that's your rap name.
I
Yeah,
actually had to Google that. I'm not gonna lie.
Karen says, I'd say you be you, whatever you like. There exist different kinds of people and different ways of. Yeah, that's true. I am always me. Like, my channel is basically my real life, but I don't hide anything. Like, you see the best of me, and you see the absolute worst of me. So I don't hide anything pretty much. I even uploaded when I was in hospital. Last year, having a panic attack. I was in hospital for 6 hours. And I uploaded myself being in hospital on heart machines. So you think at my absolute worst. I've got nothing to hide.
I believe in being authentic. I think if you're not authentic, then it's just like everything else on social.
Yeah. People then did tell me off. Why would you upload yourself in a hospital? I'm like, because it's real life and autism isn't always pretty. Like, people just seem to think it's easy to deal with, and it's not.
No.
Oh, welcome back, Ghost.
Hey, is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Every time you have internet issues or phone issues or whatever, I just think about that one time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I just finished making the thumbnail for your poem video. They say that I'm gonna be uploading.
Oh, yeah?
I just finished doing the thumbnail for it. It's a picture of me and you, and I took it from one of the last streams that I was on with you on your channel, and it's a picture of you looking towards me, and I'm like looking towards you, and I'm like, snap. So I snapped it, and then I've just used it as the thumbnail.
Oh, cool. I just dropped the link for you, Jeff.
Oh wow, Laura. Okay.
Look, Virginia's getting ready to take her jars out, I bet.
What? I was 5 minutes ahead of her. She's cheating.
Look at
Laura,
her.
I will be uploading more information about children with regards to autism. I'm hoping to do a video in the next week or so about how to do coping strategies, and I've been asked to do a video about therapies for children. So there's going to be that'll be a 2-part video. There'll be a part where I talk about the bad side of therapies, and then there'll be a video talking about the good side of therapy. So there'll be a 2-part video coming out for that one.
That would be good. Did I tell you I used to work with a kid with autism?
No.
No, long time ago. I used to work in schools, and I worked in the special ed department.
Okay.
And eventually, I got assigned to one little boy who had autism, and he took a liking to me. And so I would basically spend all day with this little boy. And I think his home life wasn't so great. Even though he had an affluent family. But that really opened my eyes a lot to the spectrum, for one, and then working with him. For some reason, we just clicked.
Yeah, I think with autistic people, they can kind of sense people who have their best interests at heart and people who don't. And I've learned this, especially with being on YouTube over the last 6.5 years that I've been on here. There's some people who, you know, do have your back 100% and who wouldn't hurt you. And then yet there's some people who I've learned, even my own family, like, unfortunately, one of my uncles decided to disown me when he found out that I was autistic. He went absolute ape crap at me and was basically like, oh, I can't talk to you, you're awkward and you're rude and you're blunt, and accused me of changing my personality. And he was like, you're not the same Gemma. And I was like, what? Of course I am. I'm still the same person you've known all my frigging life. Just because I now have a label around my head, you now don't want to know me. It's like, it's ridiculous. It's like, I'm still the same Gemma I've been for 32 years of my life.
Sounds like your uncle's a punk.
Hello?
Yeah. Well, he's an ex-police officer, so yeah. Oh, milkmaid's gone. Yeah, this school year, my little guy will have his own person with him also. Yeah, I should imagine it does help him, Laura. I hope so. The more we get help and support, the more we can have a functional life and get our own support needs looked after, and we become very independent, like in our own right. I've become very independent. I've lived on my own now for nearly 10 years. So you get it eventually when you find out the people who, like I said, who support you, and you know the good from bad from people for the most part.
No. Sorry, I had technical issues.
No,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Uh-oh, my time's up.
Oh, you're all done? Of course you are. Oh, wow. Did you see that? He just flashed over there.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Jim, my uncle, we have a funny relationship. He also told me off when the day that we went to actually get my gran cremated when she passed away, he told me not to cry, and it made me so angry I burst out in tears, and he basically said that if I was to cry that I'd be showing my family up and my family would be disgusted with me, and I had to sit there and force myself not to cry for a half an hour funeral service. Which, yeah, that was torture.
I'm sorry to hear that, Gemma.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to my uncle now in my grandma's been gone 3 years this year, and I haven't spoken to my uncle for about 5 years. So he's on his asshole.
I'd like to hang out with your uncle for about 20 minutes. That's just 20 minutes. 20 minutes is good.
My uncle is very, what can I say? He likes to think he's in charge of people, and he's very because he's an ex-police detective. He thinks he knows everything about everybody, and he's like, well, your autism just makes you awkward and it makes you blunt and it makes you difficult. And I'm like, no, and no. That's just because of fear. That's what you've been told by society. That's not accurate. But yeah, you've taken that assumption about me.
20 minutes. I'll square him right away. No problem.
Well, he wouldn't like me because I'm awkward, blunt, and...
Oh wow, Lord, your son's 6. Nice. Prepper, is that another joke, or are you being serious? Because I don't want to say something I'm putting myself in trouble for. If I were...
No, he's joking.
Okay. This is the problem. I don't. I'm like, huh?
Pretty much. Well, you can almost tell when he's being completely honest. Almost.
Yeah, sometimes I struggle to tell when someone's being serious and when they're not, and I kind of have to read between the lines because sometimes I don't get it.
So, Gemma, the other night.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was doing these live streams for his trip, and
yeah.
I was trying to be supportive, but at the times that he was doing his live streams, I couldn't always make it, so I was trying to listen to the replays, right? So I'm going to sleep one night. I'm like, oh, I'm going to put on his live replay so that, I'm supportive, right?
Yeah.
And as I'm falling asleep, he says something about it being his birthday. So then I'm on whose stream was it on? I can't remember, but I was like, hey, guys.
It was on Natives. It was on,
okay. And then Native's like, oh, dude, does anybody have his email? We're gonna get together. We're gonna send gift cards and all this stuff. And I was all pumped and excited because we were gonna be doing something else. He was joking about it being his birthday. I didn't pick up.
Yeah, I think Prepper also. I'm pretty sure Prepper came into Jess's chat or even my chat the other day, and he came in and he was like, "Oh, happy birthday to me." And I was like, "Oh, oops, was it your birthday? I had no idea." And he was in Jess's chat saying it was his birthday a couple of days ago when I was in Jess's chat.
We used to do that to people though. Like we'd go out to lunch with somebody, and when they went to go to use the bathroom or something, we'd tell the server, "Hey, by the way, it's their birthday," and so they'd come out the whole crew going and happy birthday. However, they did it at that restaurant. It was so much fun. They turned beet red and like.
Yeah.
But yeah, he got me. He got me good. Birthday boy.
My birthday's in about 2.5, nearly 3 months. My birthday's in October. I'm 33 this year.
Oh, nice.
Which a lot of people, I tell them I'm going to be 33, they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, yeah, when's your birthday? 11th of the 10th, 88. Oh. A lot of people won't believe me. I'm like, I really am 33 this year. I have 2 younger siblings who are both younger than me, so.
Right.
It's funny, but not funny. I went. Yeah, because Pepper, you came in my chat the other night just before Ghost came in, I think it was. You're like, oh, it's my birthday. I was like, oh, oops. I didn't realise. And you came to Jess's the other day saying it. So I was like, did I miss it? Because you came in a couple of times and said it was your birthday. I'm like, oh, I wasn't sure I missed it.
Well, now we know why he's 101.
Yeah, I guess.
101.
Yeah, Jill, I haven't taught or seen my uncle for like nearly 5 and a bit years, and I only saw my uncle's daughter, my cousin Caroline, came down. She lives in Wales. She came down a few months ago, and I saw her for the first time since we've had lockdown easing. And she came and saw me, and she claimed that her dad was sorry and wanted to talk to me. And I'm like, nope, I want nothing to do with him. I don't need it. I don't need it. So nope.
What you sipping on, Milkmaid?
Grape
I'm
juice.
doing chat rooms and 500 people tell me happy birthday. Oh my god, Pepper. That's crazy.
He loves the attention.
Pepper, I'm gonna have to do that on my banner when I next go live. I'm gonna put happy birthday, Pepper dude, and put it on my banner so when you come in it's gonna flash at you.
Happy birthday 101.
When I go live with my channel, I'll have to put a banner on.
It's 101's birthday. Happy birthday.
Again. Milkmaid, did you say you were drinking aged grape juice?
Grape juice.
Yeah. Me too.
Pepper, I wouldn't say you're a troll. You're just very funny. You're like more of a kind of a comedy troll more than an actual troll. You're kind of making people laugh at the same time. I'm like, are you being serious?
He's the happy kind of troll.
Yep. I just turned my heat off, so I just got to wait for it to decompress and crack her open. We'll see.
Yes, we will. Yeah, Milkmaid's still got a day and a half before she can pull her stuff out. She cans on Saturday. She takes it out on Tuesday.
I will. So I've realized that after these, what I have to do is just do a quick video showing you guys that I actually did can something. When I finally get to remove it a week later.
We believe you.
Yeah, you should. I'd love to see it because we do miss it pretty much every week. I want to see how it goes.
I realized I can't pull it out, honestly, generally, until about 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe.
Wow.
So, and I honestly, I can't last that long generally.
Jeff.
What is that noise? What do you got? What do you have on, Jeff?
I got my camera on.
Oh, I mean, what's that background noise?
Oh, that's you. Wait a minute.
He should be ready to turn it off.
Yep.
I think he was like 4 or 5 minutes behind you.
Sorry about that. That's my other TV.
Pepper 101 says, Milkmaid, take off the Prego labels before you show us your spaghetti tomorrow.
You know, I would have forgotten. Thank you so much. I wish.
Hey, that grape juice you drinking, is that Justin Wilson's brand?
Oh, I'm missing that reference. Justin Wilson?
The cook.
Yeah.
Remember the Cajun cook? He was on
Oh, I
TV.
haven't seen his stuff. I've heard of him, but I haven't seen his stuff. Probably the same brand. Yeah.
Well, he passed away. He passed away a while back.
Oh,
He did, but he's still got videos out.
Oh yeah, and they're good.
Yeah, they are.
When he always added wine to what he was cooking, he said, "Now it's only 1 cup," and he would pour it into the cup, and he would look away and start talking. It's just overflow. He'd get like 4 or 5 cups.
Yeah.
that's right. You guys were saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Though,
Hilarious.
guys, that is one of the best flavor enhancers. I'm not joking. Just buy the cheapest, crappiest stuff you can find. Glug glug.
Coon's Farm. Or Mad Dog.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go as far as Mad Dog.
No, that's old school. You can't buy it no more.
Oh no, they sell here.
Oh yeah.
Do they?
Holy hell.
Yeah.
I've got a nickname for Ghost that we should call Ghost. We should call him the Rabbit Daddy.
Rabbit Daddy.
Yeah.
I missed everything she said. It broke up.
I said that we should call Ghost the Rabbit Daddy because he cares for the rabbits.
I'm the bunny whisperer.
Yeah, he looks after the bunnies.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I love my bunnies. Darker, I'd go outside and play with them right now. They're asleep.
1 minute left.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I just got an email. I've got a speaking engagement next week. Woohoo! Yay!
I've got to go check on the animals before I go to bed after all this.
Again, why would the church be emailing me half 3? Okay, never mind.
Probably wine. That would be better.
Prepper 101. I go back further than that.
I don't go back much further than that.
I'm going back to mid to late 70s.
I've always said though, I was born on the wrong end of the century. I
Right.
should have been born back in.
I wasn't born to the end of the 80s. I wasn't born till 88.
Oh yeah. I was born beginning of 80s, but I should have been born back in the 1910s, 20s. I think I would have that time better.
I want to be back in the 1800s with Jesse James and all of them.
Okay, I could deal with that, except for some feminine issues, hygiene issues,
No.
like the inventions.
Jeff's almost there.
Yeah.
Yep, just turned the heat off.
Did y'all already turn the heat off, Virginia and Ghost?
Yeah, I'm cooling down.
I still have 5 psi.
Ghost, what time is it?
7:30. It's 10:30 for you.
And
I got
3:30 a.m. for me.
I'm at 6 psi. I bet she's gonna come down before I do.
Yes.
Son of a bitch.
Man.
I
That
love
means you're doing
that.
it right.
Yep.
I want to
Ghost
show
was in
y'all.
the lead a little while ago, and now he's not in the lead again.
This right here is what I've been texting y'all on my phone. And hold on.
Who
Ghost,
else
you
is
remember
Ghost? The
you asked
babies
me
need sleep
what that,
sometime.
noise was.
I used
Big
to
screen.
Ghost keeps the bunnies outside, as far as I'm aware. That they're outside in the garden.
Yeah. They're in the woods. They're out back in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
Like wild
I
bunnies.
think I've decided when I turn the breeders loose, like I'm gonna fence in my entire backyard, and I'm just gonna let them go. I'm gonna let them run up to the house, run wherever they want to run. I'll fence my garden in where they can't get into the garden, but I'm just gonna give them free reign of all the property.
Ghost, did you see Thorhaven's rabbit Warren build thing that they did?
Who?
Thorhaven Farm. He comes on here sometimes. Him and his wife. They're up in Canada.
I haven't seen
They
it.
they
No,
built
I know who
rabbit
they are.
barns.
I've heard of them, but I haven't watched their channel. I'm gonna have to go and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they have some good videos.
Yeah.
I think they're
But
regular in Jess's chat as well.
he dug like a trench next to their chicken coop, and then he put some like roof metal in the trench, and then backfilled it back up to put them in there. And I want to say he built like some holes for them to kind of burrow down into, maybe in a container. I think I might be mixing him with another video, but where you could look into it, but then also you could kind
I
of
know
see.
who you're talking about. Yeah, that's it's not Thorhaven. It's Rabbitry Center.
Okay.
Yeah, he does the cages, and he's got a tube coming out of the cages, and it goes into a tote, and he buries the totes in the ground. Is that what you're talking about?
Okay, maybe that's another one. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
there's a
haven't seen
guy.
it come from the cages, but that's brilliant too, actually.
Yeah, this one guy, he's got cages like I have, but out the back he's got a hole. He's got a wire, built a wire tube for the rabbits to crawl down out of the cage, and the tube goes into a tote from Walmart, and then he buried the tote like in the ground all the way up to the lid, and that's where they nest, in that tote in the ground. Keeps them warm in the winter, and it keeps them cool in the summer. And he just opens the lid of the tote, and there's all the babies. And you'll see them going up and down the chute, going into the cage. It's pretty cool.
See, eventually I want to do something similar to that because I like the cages for the cleanliness factor.
Right.
But I like the Warren idea for the ease of care, I guess.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll find out. I just have to go get some freaking rabbits.
Yeah, I did my cages with the drop down nest boxes, and then a lot of people are like, "Oh, don't do the drop down nest boxes. All your rabbits are gonna die." I just had a first time mom spit out 9 healthy kits in the middle of July in a heat wave in drop down nest boxes, and everybody's good. You know, they love the drop down nest box. They love to get down in there and just hang out. It's like a little. Plus, I put the towel over top of the back part of the nest box, so they've got something over their head, because rabbits are always scared of, you know, aerial predators. So they like to get up underneath it and make them feel safe. Even though all the sides are exposed and the bottom's wide open, they just like something over their head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I love the drop down box idea because I remember seeing that a long time ago and thinking that's pretty cool, but how do we do it? And then you actually did it. And
yeah, but that way you ain't got to be putting a nest box in, taking it out. You ain't got to deal with them chewing up the wood. You know, it's all metal.
Takes up so much room. The nest box does. Like if you have even if you have a decently sized cage for the mom, you put a nest box in, and plus when all those babies start getting bigger, like that takes up a lot of room in that cage.
And plus, it's harder for a baby to get pulled out of the nest box if it's a drop down nest box.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Or they jump like little Mexican beans.
Yeah. Once they're big enough to jump out of the nest box, they can jump back in the nest box.
Right.
You know what I mean? They don't have to climb a wall to get into the wooden nest box. You know what I mean?
The only drawback I could possibly see to that design is that the mothers used to jump up on top of the nesting box, like that top part, to get away from the babies. You're not gonna be able to do that so easy.
Well, I figured like with the nest box, it'll probably be they'll probably they won't be jumping in and out of there until they're at least 2 weeks old. And I'm going to wean them at 5 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. I'm going to wean them. So she'll only have to deal with them for a week or two. But, you know, the cooling platform I could make it higher to where they can't get to it. Like I'm going hardcore in that. I went and got the tile, everything, got a tile cutter. I'm gonna make some hardcore cooling platforms.
Yeah.
Because I tell you what, I mean, it could be an accident that it worked as good as it did, but them rabbits, like 100 degrees yesterday. You go out there to the rabbits that have the cooling platforms, they're just chilling. They're sitting up. They're not even sprawled out. They're not belly down. But the
Nice.
other rabbits that don't have the platform, they're sprawled out, belly down, trying to cool off. But the ones that have the platform, they're just chilling. I'm like, man, this works.
I tell you what, I saw those and I was really impressed because we tried different things. We tried putting in water bottles that were
They chew them up.
They chew them, right? Exactly.
That's why I came up with this idea. I'm like, well, how do I make them not chew the water bottles? I'm like, well, I'll just put it inside of a box and make it, and I just kept thinking and adding to it in my head. And I'm like, shit. So I just went downstairs and built one and put it out there, and boom, she had the babies the next day. It was 100 and something degrees. I was worried they were going to die, and I cut the hole in the bottom, hopefully, because hot air rises, cold air falls to the ground. I'm like, well, the cold air should radiate down through that hole into that tile and just cool everything. And I stick my hand into the tunnel, and it's like super cool. It's like comfortable. I'm like, wow, it works,
And then she has enough fur that she's cold that they can't regulate the temperature for a period of time.
Right.
I mean, we would have rabbits give birth in the summer, and we're not as south as you are, but it gets pretty freaking hot here. And we didn't have a problem with that. We did have some challenges when they give birth in the winter because it would get really cold.
Right.
Especially if it was a new mom and she didn't drop them in her nesting box. We had some that would she didn't know what she was doing, so she just would give birth on the wire and then hop a couple feet and give birth on another place, and there's all these little things crawling everywhere.
Yeah.
But
that's the cool thing with the drop down nest boxes, because I've got extra styrofoam, and I'm going to build external boxes, and I'm going to put styrofoam around the nest box for the wintertime. So I'm going to insulate the nest box in the wintertime, and I'm going to cool it in the summertime. I want to be able to grow food and I mean meat as well as vegetables year round. So I'm just going to figure a way to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're off to a good start. Like, you're doing all the experimenting and all the cool stuff, and you got, honestly, they're such quick turnaround. Like, they're really better than chicken or starter.
Yeah.
Like, in my
Where did Gemma go?
I don't know what.
We lost.
You're breaking up, Milkmaid.
What?
You're breaking up. Your voice is breaking up.
Try my.
Moonchild.
Moonchild, hey girl.
Hey, Moon.
Late.
Well, I messed up. I forgot to turn my burner off. I just not turned it off.
It'll be all right.
Oh, Jeff. It's okay.
Old age caught up with me tonight.
Virginia, I'm loving that shirt, by the way.
Thank you. It's got a nice, this is the kind of material that's really cheap, but if you put it in a suitcase, it's not going to wrinkle, like that cheap polyester type.
This is wonderful. Then you look at what it's made out of, and you're like, oh, how does it feel so wonderful?
Right? Yeah. Whoops.
That's really cool. So how's yours? Is it all down?
Yeah, I'm at 0 PSI.
Nice.
I'm at 3. Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, I got to wait a little bit though, right? I'll wait for quite a while. It still hissed a little.
Milkmaid, did you say you from Virginia?
Yes, sir.
You just up the road a piece from me.
Huh?
I said you're just up the road a piece from me.
Ah, you North Carolina?
Yep. about central part of the state there.
A lot of Carolina boys here.
Hey, there you go.
I mean, I've got family down in North Carolina. How many in South Carolina? I'm all over. Even got some up in Nova Scotia. My husband's side. I didn't know he had Scottish on both sides. Makes a lot of sense now.
I want some grilled shrimp.
Oh yeah.
Lord, yeah, I got the grill just waiting for
We'll go get you some. Yeah.
Somebody took out some extra money. I forgot about.
Ah.
Next month.
Cinnamon Girl, hello.
I do.
Hello. I've just recently seen her around.
I think that's the first time I have. But welcome. Welcome, welcome.
I saw her somewhere. I can't remember where. Maybe native. Yeah, it's been a while since I've had shrimp. I only like it certain ways. I do not like them with cocktails.
I'm not much of a shrimp guy. I like them fried. Popcorn shrimp. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
All day long.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what you do, you take you some jumbo shrimp and you put them on a skewer like that. Then you lay them on the grill for about 2.5 minutes each side, till they done. And you pop them off and you start eating them. Make sure they deveined.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. It must have been.
Devein and pop that tail off, and that's all over with.
Yeah, I made the mistake. Somebody had cooked some shrimp, and what was it? It was a Memorial Day thing, and somebody did shrimp bowl, and they put a whole bunch of what seasoning it was, and then put them. We're all getting. And I started shooting up. Wait a second. And I pulled it back out. They had not, or they had deveined. They hadn't pulled off the outside beforehand. So,
well, now,
choking the outside. It was not fun.
Me, I'll devein them, but I'll leave the tail on it. I won't pull the skin off. That way, when you're pulling it off the skewer, you got something to hang on to that ain't hot.
Well, yeah. Well, but you got to pull the legs and the skin off. The legs are just weird. I don't want to chew on those.
Well, now when you go, when you go to the grocery store and you buy them, jumbo size, the only thing you got to do is devein them. The rest of it's done. No legs, no head.
Normally they
slitting them right there. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've done that job before. That's not fun either. I used to work for a caterer.
Hugs and kisses here. Hey, hugs and kisses.
Hey, Hugs. I want to know how he came up with that name. There's got to be a story.
I made it up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was wasted one night, and we were on Dangerous's stream, and I looked at his name, and it was BYOXOXOX. I'm like, hugs and kisses. So I started calling him Hugs and Kisses. And it kind of
I heard that, and I started calling him Hugs.
Yeah.
But then if I put hugs in the chat, people think I'm just being like a girly girl. I'm not. I'm just saying hi.
Let them think what they want.
Whatever, yeah. You have something to talk about.
Yep.
They're gonna do it anyway. Might as well give them some ammo. Haters gonna hate. At least give them some. Let them hate. Let them hate.
That has been my life freaking story. Oh,
Ghost, I saw somebody in chat a while back ago that said, keep your beard, like a Merlin beard. And then it hit me. Merlin the magician.
Right.
What you need is a cane with a ball in it.
shall not pass.
And that gave me an idea of what I'm going to try to make you one.
That'd be kind of cool. Merlin
We do
cane.
that with the door knocker.
Yeah.
With the ball on the top, with like the claws, holding the ball in place.
Yeah.
Like a massive walking stick.
About like an eagle claw holding it up.
Yeah, like a badass walking stick. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I love it.
Make it out of solid oak.
That'd be sweet.
Oh,
That way, after it dries out, somebody messes with you, just smack them a couple of times.
Oh, now that never crossed my mind. Yeah, I'd like a good walking stick.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a hard time believing that. No.
Trust your instincts.
What?
What?
Trust your instincts.
No, not all the time. There's been a time or two my instinct told me to run, but my feet ain't happening tonight.
Always trust your gut. Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish somebody would have told me that the day before I got married.
It happens.
Oh man,
Yeah.
did it ever.
Oh.
Oh, let me get checked something.
Does happen.
It won't happen again.
Come on,
I learned from my mistake.
The boy. Yeah, I've not heard your tale, but I've heard some tales, man. I've
Ooh.
watched some tales.
It's a doozy. What the hell are you doing, Jeff?
Sitting down. Don't you know old people make noises when they sit down and stand up?
It sounded like you carried the phone in the bathroom with you there for a minute.
No, wait a minute. Hold on.
I was waiting to hear what's going on.
If you do that, you have to make sure you hit the mute button.
Ah, yeah.
Right.
Gotta get them
Is that the one with the microphone on it?
Yep.
Indeed.
I remember that.
Many people have done that.
Especially newsmen.
Oh. So far, I haven't had that happen.
I want a buttermilk pie.
Man, those are good. I used to make those for a cafe I worked at. That sounds so good right now.
What's in a buttermilk pie?
Basically just eggs and sugar because it's more or less a custard.
Oh,
And coconut.
that sounds good. I
Yeah.
love custard.
Virginia, have you tried the chocolate pie that makes its own crust?
I don't know. You mean like molten lava cake where the center is still runny?
No. This
Hey,
it's just like a chocolate pie.
Hey, Doc Mac, man, I want to take a quick second and tell you thank you for that picture of your wife on the couch. That was a good picture.
Who's gonna be on the couch next?
Forever.
Yeah.
Now, wait a minute. I don't want to get nothing going here, but was she snoring? Snoring.
I think so.
Oh.
If she's watching.
Well, it won't be the first time this mouth has got me in trouble, and it won't be the last.
Yeah.
Oh, my mouth gets me in trouble all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But my problem is I always speak before my brain kicks in.
I try to engage my brain most of the time. It doesn't always work.
Right. Misfire every now and again.
Right?
Oh, wait till you get old. I'm gonna tell you what, your brain don't work nowhere near half the time.
I'm getting there, buddy. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
You got a long way to go.
I'm almost 40.
No, I was thinking you was at least 32.
Oh, I'm more than that.
And I ain't saying that just to be saying it, but you darn sure don't look like no 40.
No.
Jeff Bear, I'm 43, so I don't
And
know.
she looks younger than I do.
I know it.
Right?
What name brand water y'all drinking?
Tap. Lots of it.
Well, I'm on well water myself.
Well is great though.
It is. It is. And I look at it like this. If city water gets poisoned, I'll be the first to know. No, I'll be the second to know. Because the first people that drunk it won't know nothing.
Sorry, y'all. Probably should have turned off.
Ooh, I can hear it going. I love it.
You through my house.
You froze up.
I still have 20 minutes to go on mine. Are y'all all done?
My heat's off, but I haven't removed the jiggler.
You haven't touched it yet, huh?
Nope.
I'm at one PSI.
I'm not going to be able to hold out much longer, and I'm going to have to flick this jiggler, man. I'm sorry.
Well, Susanna's not here to correct us, so you know.
All right, fair warning.
Hey, Ghost.
Yes,
Can I use tobacco products on your show?
absolutely.
Okay. So normally I just blanket, but everybody else is hiding their face, so it's not fair to you. I'll pull a
Well,
HUD. I'll be in the dark.
I get
Yeah,
I get better service if I turn off either the camera or the mic, so you're not alone. You know. Yeah, I get glitchier if I have both running, so but I'm not hiding.
The only reason I'm turning my camera off is because I don't want to break it. This is my wife's computer.
Right?
No, I should do this more often. This is like very Hutch-esque.
Really. That sounds like something I would have come up with.
Oh, you'll have no idea how much I hold back. I love it that they're watching that together. That's awesome. You know,
Yeah.
Monty's wife watches with him too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was trying to say hi to Mrs. Monty too.
Well, I'll tell you what, earlier, I had the laptop set up in the kitchen and I had the camera and the mic off and the wife come in there. And I told her, I said, you know, you on live, don't you? She looked at me and that look, I'm going to tell you.
Mine all hide behind the scenes. All my people's.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, I got a question. Y'all. My brother, I try to get into canning and everything. He bought a brand new canner, yeah, one like I got. He's got over, I think he said it was around 100 canning jars. None of that has been opened up. He told me he'd let me have it for $130.
I'll go half with you.
That's a deal.
Most of them are pint jars.
That's a
Don't matter.
stupid deal.
Yeah.
Well, if it was anybody else, he would have went up on it. You know.
I would take
And
that up.
I'm seriously, well, I done told him you give me around first of the week in the month, I'll be over there with cash.
There you go. You know what I'm excited about?
What?
I got a text from my sister saying that she had gone out and gotten like X number of beans and X number of rice, and that she was going to go to a Pew Pew store and get some things. And then I got another text from my brother who's in a totally different state. We're all in different states. And he's telling me about what he's getting together. And I can't tell you how good that made me feel.
Oh yeah.
We're starting to take things, I mean, a little kind of late in the game, but still every little bit counts, you know?
Yeah, it does. It's
I'm
important.
super excited about that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I wish my wife would get in on it with me, you know. But I know she's tired. She works at Walmart. So,
Yeah, that's gotta be hard.
Yeah, on her feet all day.
yeah, she is. She's a greeter. And some of them people she's got to deal with don't even need to leave the house.
Oh, yeah. We've all seen people at Walmart.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that site.
It's been a while since I've seen that, but yeah,
Mhm.
you meet some real characters. Not the employees. I'm talking about the people who go there.
Yep.
Well, now
One though is crazy.
I
I
worked
went
there.
to Arizona.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I went out to Arizona to see my daughter graduate, right? And so I didn't know what I could pack on the plane or not. So I didn't really pack a whole bunch. So we went to Walmart to pick up, you know, toiletries or whatever. And so I went to go get some like disposable razors. And you had to have a Walmart employee get them for you and then ring them up there in the beauty section because they had so many problems with shoplifting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what gets me is out in California that they have passed a law that you can walk into a store and steal $950 and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
To say they won't do that at one store, 20 minutes later, go into another store and do the same thing. That.
Little nuts.
All right, Virginia, I know you're ready to pull them out.
All right. Well, I was just getting ready to pull the jiggler. I loosened the stuff, so. All right. Hold on here. He's all impatient.
Show us your cans.
Oh, wait a minute, let's make it big.
All right.
Let's get the canimal up on the screen.
Holy shit, they're beautiful.
Of course.
Ghost, are you ever going to be able to beat Virginia?
No.
I don't think you
Nobody
will
can
either.
I like pre-can my shit like a day ahead of time.
Virginia, how long have you been canning?
She started with me.
A month.
She started with us. The first time she canned was on my first show, the first canning show we did.
I
She's
believe
like,
that.
Yeah.
oh, animal.
The way she's doing it, it looks like she's a pro and been doing it for a few years.
I know.
Right?
Look
There
at
they
that.
are.
Oh, they're so pretty.
Look at that. Yummy, yummy.
God, I hope
Oh,
mine
did you hear it? There's
Yep.
a pup.
I heard it.
it.
They're gorgeous.
Yummy.
Okay, I'm gonna switch. If you don't mind, Ghost, I'm actually gonna switch computers. I'll get much better. I'll be able to speak a lot better that way. So I'm gonna jump out, but I'll come back if you're gonna be here a minute.
Yep.
Okay.
When she comes back on, everybody holler happy birthday to her.
So you are almost at 0 or not quite?
I am like that far away from 0. Very, very close.
So close. You know what
God,
I
I
hate about my canner? I never get to hear the pings.
Yeah, they're all inside.
I know. I do can the little can in the big can bag if you're still here.
What type of canner you got?
I've got an All-American, but man, it's old. I don't get how Virginia beats me because hers is older than mine is. Probably
Really?
just as big.
Hers was made in 1928, 29.
Good.
Almost
Look.
100 years old.
Those things are no joke.
Yeah.
When I did my research, when I was looking for canners, that's why I went with that one. I don't have anything against any other canners. I think it's great no matter what you use.
Yeah, as long as it works.
Yeah, I just managed to get a deal on mine.
Hey, Ghost.
Yep.
I need you to email me so I can get your email number. I've got a deal you may be interested in, but I don't want to say it here over the air.
My email's easy. It's ghostpepper1369 at Gmail.
1369 at Gmail.
Yep. Ghostpepper1369 at Gmail.
All right. Expect an email from me sometime tomorrow with my phone number. And that way I want you to call me because this is something you, like I said, you may be very interested in.
Okay.
Cool. I currently have sheep on my front yard.
Nice.
Sheep,
Yeah.
lamb chops.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about selling all of them. I'm running out of grass. That's why they're.
I got about 3 acres here. I'm tired of mowing.
All right. The bull came by earlier. Oddly enough, they won't eat my rosemary, my oregano, or my mint that I have out front, which is kind of nice because I was worried about that. They did eat all my St. John's wort.
If you ever get any mint in an envelope through the mail, I didn't send it.
Okay. No, that stuff grows like a weed once you get it established, and it likes shade too.
Tell me about it. I mean, it grows about like bamboo.
Mm-hmm. I picked up some bamboo because I have some neighbors that I'd rather not see during the winter. So we're growing some bamboo along a fence line.
You're going to run some steel plate in the ground, right?
Say again?
You're going to run a barrier in the ground?
Mm-hmm. My husband went and picked up some. I thought he was getting little bitty things. He came back with a trailer, and those things were They were like 30 feet tall.
Yeah, bamboo is nuts, man. That stuff grows like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, the cool thing is that I can grow it, right? And if you don't manage it, it can get out of control. But what we learned was that you can take your animals and graze along. Like you can set up a fence line, they'll graze it down because it's a grass. It's actually grass.
Yeah.
So they love eating it. I mean, we've chopped off bits and pieces for the pigs, and they tear it up, and the sheep tear it up, and the cows tear it up. They love it. Same with kudzu, actually.
Yeah.
Although I won't play
Milkmaid, I saw on YouTube where a guy was having problems with his neighbor. So what he done is one of his hedges, he kind of trimmed it up like the hedge was giving his neighbor the finger.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you?
I mean, I try not to be overt. I have neighbors that I really get along with, and I have other neighbors that I don't really talk to.
Yeah.
I should probably at least meet people, but there's some people that, well, I mean,
You can look at it and tell.
it's a mixed bag out in my county. So, but yeah, oh, I didn't tell you guys. You want to hear this really exciting news that I recently found?
Mm-hmm.
So our property, it's on a hilltop, right? And it goes up a mountain. And I think I mentioned this in my email with the scenario where we were talking about security. But there's supposedly a spring head. We found it. The only reason we couldn't find it before was we didn't realize how far up our property line went.
Ooh.
So we found the spring head. It's an awesome spring. So what we're going to do is get some piping and figure out a way to run it below the frost line up from the spring head all the way down. And because it's so high up, it's going to be gravity fed.
Yep.
So I'm going to have, once we get it set up, it's going to take some work. But once we got it set up, it should be, and we're in the middle of a heck of a drought. And that thing is still pumping out water. So we should be able to have water year round, especially if it's running even in the winter, as long as there's a trickle.
Yeah.
We don't get really hard freezes. I mean, yet. But I'm pretty excited about that because that means I'm going to have non-electric water supply that I don't have to travel down a hill to the creek for.
And you could also go like every few hundred feet and put a water wheel in there, and you could generate electricity.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah.
I didn't think about that. I mean, how much water flow do you need for that? I wonder.
Not much.
Not much.
It's just a trickle, but it's enough.
You can take an old ceiling fan and take the inside of it out and hook it up like that to where it can store power. Am I correct with that, Ghost?
Yeah, you got to do a little bit of electrical work to it. You got to do something with the polarity. It's just like with a washing machine. You can turn a washing machine into a generator quick.
Yes, you can.
Really?
Yeah.
Take the tub out.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I mean, have you guys seen Permies, that website?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, it's generally a hippie fest, but there's a heck of a lot of good information on there.
Okay.
When it comes to like homesteading or energy sources or kind of living off the land kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got some brilliant minds in there. I mean, you definitely get the crazy along with the brilliant, but seriously good info. I used to look back at that like what 2008, 9, 10, 11. Cool stuff.
Well, I'll tell you what, I got on my daddy's side of the family, my aunt married a man up there who bought half a mountain in North Carolina.
Yeah.
They told him he was crazy. He had a spring up there that he took kind of like logs and cut them out by hand. Well, I ain't gonna say logs, more like branches. All the way from that well to his kitchen sink, he had running water from the spring. And
Nice.
his son, who moved in afterwards, he said he ain't changing it at all. He said his daddy built it and that's the way it's going to stay.
Good for him. Because, I mean, honestly, that's what we need.
Yeah. We need people now who brings back some of the old ways like they used to be. You know, you respect, you honor, you know, like that right there. From what I've seen, that don't happen no more at all.
Right. You pulling your cans out?
Yes, I am.
Nice.
Let's see 'em.
I just checked mine. My spout is still stuck up. I won't take the jiggler off so it'll pop down, but I can't do it.
Not yet.
That's a jiggler.
No.
Milkmaid, what was the website again? Someone in chat is asking, or if you can type it into, or say it again.
So PERMIES. I think it's .com. It's a forum. It's not like videos or anything else like that, but there's a lot of good information. And you can type in subject matter, like subject searches.
Thank you.
You'll have to weed through it all, but dang, there's a lot of good information and a lot of experience there. Look at those beautiful, beautiful spaghetti sauce cans.
Awesome, dude. Nice.
That red color, man.
Yeah. Look at us nerding out. I love it.
I mean, it's truly beautiful.
Yep.
Those look nice, Ghost.
Thank you.
Get my other.
Oh, he's going to show us up close. Oops.
Uh-oh.
Sound like you got a good beat going.
I
Getting in on the beat thing.
That's the remix.
There you go. He turned his remix machine off. Oh, VA. I mean, darn it. Virginia.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Almost nobody knew it was my birthday.
Aw, happy birthday, darling. Oh, those look good.
Nice cans.
One just popped.
I heard that. Yep.
I just hope mine looks that good.
Can I just
Beautiful.
say I have kitchen envy? Oh, it's so gorgeous.
My kitchen is what used to be a back porch, and they closed it in.
Oh,
I'm
So,
wondering if that's what mine is.
right.
well, I'm wondering if my house was log cabin because it was built back in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
And some of the doors that are going outside, I bet you they about the casing on them is about a foot and a half thick. And I want so bad to pull one of the shingles off the side and see.
Right.
Might as well. I mean, maybe.
Well,
They look good, Ghost.
Why, thank you. They smell good.
Oh gosh, I bet. I can't wait.
Yeah, I had a little bit of siphon going on, so I got some a little bit of sauce in the water in the canner. It smells good.
answer
You're
me
gonna have
this
to
question. If I'm sitting there, I'm making spaghetti sauce by hand. I'm adding my onions, my peppers, mushrooms, and everything else. Do I still process them for an hour and a half?
You put meat in there, you do.
Okay. Okay. But now, what happens if you don't put meat in there?
It depends on what other stuff you're putting in there. If you're doing anything high protein, any kind of bean protein, stuff like that, it's an hour and a half. If it's a quart, if it's a pint, it's only an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll just throw the meat in there and do it for an hour and a half there.
I do pretty much everything in an hour and a half just because it ain't going to hurt anything to process it a little bit longer.
So if you do happen to go over a little bit, it's not going to hurt nothing, right? Okay.
Not at all.
All right.
See, what I loved about this particular canning session is that generally I'll buy spaghetti sauce because I haven't ever produced enough tomatoes to make my own. So I'll buy it, but then I'm always adding the meat and I'm always adding the vegetables, and it's a big production because I like to make it taste good.
Right.
This way, it's already tasting good right out of the freaking jar. It's all
Exactly.
done.
It's done. It's done. That's my biggest thing about canning. When people are like, wow, I'm like, dude, it's done. I can spend, a few hours in the kitchen on the weekend, and I can, in an 8-hour day in the kitchen, if I'm canning all day long doing spaghetti or chili or soup or something like that, that's a month worth of food that's already done in one day. In one day, I can make a month's worth of food, and I'm good. And it's already, all I have to do is heat it up. If I want to heat it up, you can eat it cold right out of the jar. You ain't got to heat it up. I mean, it's still edible.
Well, see, the thing about it is, I can't stand spaghetti. I'm sorry. My wife loves it. That's the only reason I'm doing it, because I figure it like this. If she's the one going to work, busting her tail, bringing the money home, I'm going to do something nice for her. I cleaned the house. Yeah, I ain't mopped the floor because I don't care how good I mop it, it ain't good enough. I do the bathrooms, everything else. I clean house.
Good boy.
But
Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, you're fine.
I forget that it's a Wi-Fi in one spot, and I walk around the house that it doesn't travel. Just
Yeah,
got
mine does the same.
this little jet. My husband, he left it, said he just so I could have it for tonight. Well, done. So
You might have to move closer to your speaker, Milkmaid. You're cutting out a little bit, but it might just be distance and not the service. Maybe.
Is that any better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep going, maybe. I think it was just because you might have been a little far from the speaker.
Sorry. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
That's good. That's really good, actually.
Virginia, is it really your birthday?
Y'all are killing me. The chat is so sweet. It's not. My birthday is actually 4/20.
I love it.
Jeff was playing a prank, and all of you saying happy birthday. My heart was sinking, but my birthday is April 20th.
Nobody's going to trust anybody's birthdays from now on. Everybody's a birthday liar.
Yours really 420?
Yep.
Oh, how serendipitous.
Me and Hitler.
420.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Why does that date ring a bell?
Yeah. It's serendipitous, all right.
Watch, everybody's going to be Googling what serendipitous means.
Yeah. We'll give them something to do.
I used to go in a restaurant and tell the people that worked there, The next people coming in is their birthday. You know, y'all need to set them up with a party. A little while later, you'll hear them going around, "Happy birthday!" Oh man, that, that's fun.
Yeah. It
All right,
is.
101. I will see you over there at the premiere. So we pretty much we're finished here. So I think we're going to go ahead and shut this one down. It's been 3.5 hours. Ark Wildman's got a premiere coming out in 20 minutes. Anybody wants
I'll
to
be
go
there.
check it out? So yeah, I want to thank everybody in the chat for hanging out with us. I want to thank everybody on the panel, Jeff, Milkbag. I want to thank everybody for being here and canning with us. And it was awesome as usual. Man, that spaghetti smells so good. It does.
Can't wait to smell mine.
Yeah, let us know how it smells Tuesday.
Yeah, I'll
Right.
show y'all again sometime next week.
Yeah. Like what we'll do is from now on, like every Saturday before we start the show, we'll start the show with you taking the jars out of your cannon that we did the Saturday prior. Like lead us into the.
I should totally do that. You know what? I'll do a video and then I'll send it to you, and then you can somehow do like editing voodoo.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
It's like the post credit scene in a Marvel movie.
Right.
Ah, yes.
There you go.
Very end, where you sit in the movie theater through all those horrible credits.
Just want to see what the milkmaid did. Yeah, exactly.
That's a good
Hey,
idea.
what are y'all doing next weekend?
Next Saturday is the Prepper Summit. And then following Saturday, 2 weeks from today, we're canning again. We need to figure out what we're going to can. Should I put a poll up and let everybody choose?
I think
I
so.
love the
I
poll.
think that everybody should everybody on your channel should have input.
All right,
Yeah.
well, you guys hit me up with an email with suggestions on what to put on the poll, and I'll put it up.
Okay.
Why don't you do this right here? Everybody who's a regular on your panel, why don't you let them do it one time? You know, host the show.
Oh yeah,
You
you
know-
told me to.
No, I can't even scream.
Ghost is
Yeah.
good at this.
Well, I got voted on that one.
Well, I mean, we all kind of actually host the show. The only difference in me and everybody else is it's on my StreamYard account. I mean, everybody pretty much does what they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what I have not done yet.
Oh, Jeff, if you figure it out, let us know. And yeah,
Send Ghost a
any
suggestion.
idea. Yep.
Absolutely. Email me. All right, boys and girls, we are going to go ahead and shut this thing down, and I'm going to go to the little boys' room, grab something to eat, and go over to Ark Wildman and watch this premiere. Hopefully, I see everybody over there. If not, it's cool. I'll see you next Saturday at 8 for the second installment of the Prepper Summit, and we will move forward from there.
Be
Thank
there,
you, ladies.
y'all.
Thank
Y'all
you,
have
ladies.
a good one.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate everybody. Moonchild, Laura, everybody in the chat, Cinnamon Girl, Doc, 101, Hoot. We will see you guys later. Y'all have a good one.
Bye, everyone.
Peace out.